Avast ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your well-adjusted, no one say anything, and well-balanced, you don't know me, DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more of a thrill than exchanging my grab bag of booty of miscellaneous rotten fruit, bones, and empty bottles for sweet, sweet magical items from a druid trader who straight up doesn't care what he buys, to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove and my Humblewood world for some more of Midnight and Madness. Above me, I have me hearty crew, the well-established Rachel Fukar, the well-favoured Jack O'Brien, and the welcome Ro. So, let's talk about these lovely folks. That was oddly fucking specific. Anybody who's played Baldur's Gate will know who I am talking about. So, yeah, who are all of these? Because they're all well-adjusted. Exactly, Small Town Creepy. I need to say hi to a bunch of very lovely friends. Tony, Omi, Quadrupoptree, Small Town Creepy, Bishop Blood, Omi. How are you all, you bloody champions? Good to see you guys. Thanks very much for joining us. Rachel, who the absolute heck are you?
My name is Rachel Fukar. I'm a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on various social media at Rachel Fukar, because that handle is for me and me alone. You can also find the book that I wrote, The Rings of Mars, on Amazon, currently digital only. I'm working on it. I'm well established. I'll figure it out. That's who I am.
Reputation to uphold.
Yeah. I have also updated the link, so that Amazon link should take you to it.
Thank you.
And Omi is apparently 50 Shades of fucking burnt out. That's for a rant for another day. Omi, I'm sorry to hear it. Interesting
what's that
phrase.
Like, Omi? What's that
Interesting turn of phrase, though. 50 Shades of burnt the fuck out. Jack, you wouldn't know anything about that.
Hello.
Who are you?
No, totally not. Hello, everyone. I am like Omi, but other than that, I am a professional game master. You can find me at www.dungeonmasterforhire.com.au. I'm talking pretty fast so that I can get this over with. Everything's fine. No, but you can find me at. You can also find me on Twitch and all the socials at Jack Squarepeg. And yeah, come join me for RPG edutainment and the occasional video game potluck, which is mostly Baldur's Gate 3 until I burn myself out. Woo!
And Ro, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Ro. I'm a Perth-based educator and theatre maker, and you can find me here on Mondays, or you can find me on Instagram at Crowdventurers to see photos of my many adventures and my dog Charlie with the large ears. And that is the end. For now.
And check them out on all of the socials at Crowdventurers, yeah. Cool. I am Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games from the lovely wife Karen, the mother of bunnies, and all my splendid friends. Tomorrow night, Karen and I will be back for some more Baldur's Gate because we are addicted. Thank you, Terrace. Thank you, Terrace. No. And Wednesday night, who knows, probably again. Then, Thursday night, Brendan Ellis will be taking the DM seat for maybe the culmination of our 3, maybe 4 shot not in Baldur's Gate.
I'll be available, so hopefully.
Hope so. In well, we'll see. Like, hopefully, probably. In the Humblewood, where we are having a little adventure with Tali Magira, Ms. Magira, and her investigative friends, and Would she accept Ms. Tali?
Sure. It's probably.
Funky Cold Magira, exactly, Jack. Yes,
Yeah.
I like that. And then Friday night we may do another Jackbox Games. Who knows? It's kind of funky week. Why not? Fuck it. We must also remind our well-built, well-considered, and possibly even well-earned audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials. We have a YouTube where you can check out all of the episodes you may have missed, and we have a Discord. We also have a Shorts YouTube channel where we are starting to upload little mini content bits and pieces, which is good fun as well. And the Discord is a lovely place to come and hang and share all the goss and memes about Baldur's Gate, mostly, I'll be honest. So yeah, we also need to shout out the Ukrainian people who are having a bit of a rough time right now. I don't know if you're aware, but if you do have any spare pennies in your digital wallet, please consider chucking them over at the emergencyactionappeal.org.au because they are raising money to support the Ukrainian refugees displaced by the war. And if you do have any, that would be wonderful. Bless you. And if you sneeze during any of this, bless you. Guys, what the absolute heck happened last time?
Let me tell you about it, fools.
I guess. Big Rach energy. Here we go.
I'm gonna tell you about food. Rach is Mr. T. I'm gonna tell you all about it.
That's right. Last week's session began with a weird sort of party. The Mapatch barbarians wanted to celebrate our victory, so they broke out the booze, and Smoothie taught them a traditional Vistani dance. And it was almost enough to make one forget that Helvig has once again been transported to another realm that might as well be the underworld for all intents and purposes. Almost, but not quite. The next morning, Trish awoke to find her little Chet half statue thingy curled around her arm. You know, the little statue that moves when no one's looking that gives Trish a warm and fuzzy feeling whenever she looks at it. This is not relevant to the plot right now. I just wanted to remind you that it's there.
That's a thing.
Selenox brought Trish breakfast, which was much appreciated, and checked in on how she was doing. She wanted to know if Trish would be sticking around after the events of the last battle. It would have been very reasonable for her to leave, but we still have a vampire to kill, so Trish ain't going nowhere, baby! Get some! Oh. The order of the day was finishing what we'd started. We may have taken down the Lich, but he wouldn't be truly dead until we destroyed his crystal thingy that he put his soul into. His not a Horcrux.
Exactly.
So we left in search of that. We went back to the orgy room, which was still orgying, and Selenox flirted her way into some information, which pointed us in the right direction. While she was being serious, Trish engaged in what I like to call smash therapy. She stepped on some very expensive glasses belonging to the creature that killed Helvig, which was not a financially sound move, but it sure did make her feel better. She also found the best cloak in existence, which she was fully prepared to destroy, but when she ripped off one patch and unleashed a rowboat into the room, she decided to keep it. After searching a few hidden rooms and secret passages, we found what we were looking for. The last piece of the Lich's soul trapped in a glowing red crystal. Smoothie, our resident mage, hit that bad boy with some holy magic, and it did not work. And he got a little bit dejected about the whole situation, which is understandable. We were all a little delicate that morning. Selenox, Willem, and Trish decided to ask the Amber Pillars for answers, while Smoothie contemplated how best to use his magic. The Amber Pillars were interesting, as always. Trish spoke to a sweet old guy who told her to destroy it with holy magic, which, we were already doing, but it's always nice to know you're on the right track. Selenox spoke to the being that made Strahd into a vampire. It offered to make her into a vampire, but what do we say when disembodied voices offer us power? We just say no. But then also, what's the catch? That's a pretty big catch. Fuck that catch. I will now be hanging up this magical phone call before you can get the last word in. Yeah. And that's what we say to disembodied voices. Willem's disembodied voice.
Helvig doesn't.
Yes. And look what happened to him. Look what happened to him. Cautionary tale, if ever there was one.
His metal eyes melted out of his skull, but he feels fine about it.
Listen. Willem's disembodied voice.
You can't tell me correlation isn't causation.
All I know is warlocks keep getting killed. You don't make deals with shit, okay? Willem's disembodied voice offered him the power of resurrection, but once he used it, he would look like a corpse. Can you imagine Willem looking like a corpse? Unspeakable. But still, Willem did not bargain because the voices are bad news. We went back upstairs to reconvene with Smoothie. He'd had a chance to cool down a bit and was ready to hit that crystal with some more of his god's holy wrath. And this time, it did the trick. Get wrecked, Lich. After this, we decided to do a little more exploring because Smoothie could sense some more magic further into the maze of secret rooms. We came to a room with a gorgeous feast that would have been mouth-watering if it weren't an illusion. Then, poor Willem, having several different people giving him conflicting opinions, touched the fancy jug in the center of the feast. The food disappeared and was replaced by 8 ghosts. Trish was like, relax, guys. We don't mean you any harm. We love ghosts. One of my good friends is a dead guy. But the ghosts weren't buying it, so Smoothie had to blast him into oblivion. After taking care of that, we found ourselves in possession of a magic Jesus jug that turns water into wine. Surely only good can come from an endless supply of alcohol. After that, it was time to leave. But not before thoroughly looting the place, because I don't know if you guys knew this. Did you know that when you're not a beloved and well-known hero of the land, adventuring can be really expensive? This was a real rude wake-up call for Trish, let me tell you. Anyway, we load up a golden chariot with as much loot as it could hold, and then Trish used her fancy new cloak to introduce everyone to Thunder, our new horse friend. We hooked Thunder up to the chariot and got the fuck out of there, and that, folks, is where we are now.
Excellent.
Yep.
Rachel, thank you very much. That was excellent. I do also need to mention, before we continue, the wonderful chaps at Wooten Forge. Wooten Forge Gaming Accessories are the creators of WA and possibly even the world's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories. Here is one of their Jarrah dice keepers. Look at how beautiful that is. I have too many dice in it, but or not enough. I'm not sure. Check them out at woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove. We get a cheeky little kickback from any purchases you make, you bloody champions. And they make some incredibly pretty things. One of my favorites now they have started is real color printing on the wood itself. With some excellent D&D themed adventure images and artwork, which is all very cool as well. Check it out. Very fun stuff. The music you can hear gracing your ear holes is by Sirenscape. All the other sounds and noises will be us, and I think it's probably, particularly Rachel, there will be a lot of those, I think it's probably best that we get into it. So, mateys, may your pockets contain riding horses and all your evil spirits be polite and forthcoming as we head tremulously at first and then with mounting anxiety and dread into Barovia. Feels good to say that again. We return to Barovia and a narrow path down from the Amber Temple where Smoothie, Trish and Selenox are navigating a golden chariot laden with a bundle of loot, assisted by Thunder, Trish's lovely horse, which is her new best friend, and Willem, a revenant of a knight. They have just been rejoined by Soot, a small smoke dragon, who sort of sticks his head out from behind a rocky promontory as you emerge. And says, Soot?
G'day, Soot. Well done for staying out of trouble.
Soot.
Yeah, you did good.
Here?
Oh, buddy.
He won't be joining us on today, mate. He Helvig and Pia went on a trip. We can't go with him yet, mate.
Selenox, can you make me an intelligence check? Straight int. Or Arcana if you're proficient, but I don't think you are. 11. Wow, you're -2. My bad.
Yeah. I'm very wise.
Yeah.
But not so smart.
Okay. In fact, I think I will take your wisdom instead of your intelligence. because
So that would make it 15.
yeah, that's better. Let's say 15. Soot sort of flutters over to you and lands on. You put your hand out like a falconer. He lands on your forearm, and he looks at you and he says, "Soot." And in your head, you hear, like you sort of your brain translates it, and he says, "Fireplane."
I'm not really sure, mate. Trish, do you know where Helvig got sent?
It might have been the fire plane, but I'm not sure. Things in Barovia are strange. I'm not sure if he can be sent there. I don't know. I'm sorry.
So, maybe Soot. But, when we sort out this stuff with Strahd, you'll be able to go back to the fire plane and you can check, right, mate?
Soot sort of like gives the impression of pulling himself together. And Soot.
Yeah.
You know,
And-
so there's probably a easy way for you to find out. I knew that you might want to talk to him. If you come over here to my shoulder, you can try and connect with Pier. If you want. Now, there's a chance this won't work.
Yeah.
But it's technically sending it out of a plane, but I'm going to cast sending and let him speak through me.
I love it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Soot.
You've only got 25 words, okay? But it's a 5% chance of it not working.
Yeah.
Do we want to roll that now?
Do it. Don't
Okay.
roll below a
Do we want
5.
it to be 5% or 95? Okay. 71. All good.
71. Okay, cool. Yeah, this smoky little dragon, sort of dragonfly dragon, flutters over to Smoothie's shoulder and gently puts one of his wings around your head, Smoothie, like he's like hugging you a little bit. And
Okay.
he leans a little and rubs his head against yours, and then looks at you and says, "Soot." And Selenox, you understand him to say, "Go."
He says
to be
he's
clear,
ready.
Okay.
the other two do not understand
Alright,
him. It's just Selenox.
I will cast through to Pia.
Mm-hmm.
And try to connect. And yeah, I'll just extend myself out.
And you hear in your
Close my
head,
eyes.
Smoothie, that he communicates through you. He says, "Soot, Soot, 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 here, Soot, 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 Pier, Soot, Helvig, Soot, 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 Soot." And he's like counting on his fingers. Soot, Soot, Pier, Soot, Soot, Pier.
Did I get a translation of that? Did it just go through? Or did Selenox, I suppose, for the sake of the audience?
Yeah, Selenox would get it. Selenox would get. He's basically saying, "Hey, bro, where have you gone? Do you need help? Is Helvig okay? These guys look super scared."
Okay. Just stay with me. It might take a second to respond.
And through he hears, you hear, Smoothie, you'd get the vaguest understanding of what is said.
Okay.
Yeah, you get fireplane, Helvig okay, angry, not hurt. No threat. I protect.
Okay. The important thing, does Soot seem to be picking up on this, or is it
Soot
only
gets
me
it.
that hears it?
Soot
Hears the
gets it.
response? Soot
Yeah.
gets it.
His ears prick up like a, like, you know, a dog that's got, like, can't quite figure out where the sound is
hearing
coming
a new
from.
sound.
Yeah.
Yep.
High pitched whistle, like, that's weird. And he shakes himself off as the magic fades and says, Soot. And Selenox, you hear safe. And then he looks at Trish and says, Soot. And Selenox, he's saying, I'll help you find him.
Oh, he says they're safe and he's going to help you find them, Trish. That's good job, Soot.
You may be muted.
Good. We should go. We should sell this loot or whatever it is we're doing. It's pretty inconspicuous, this gold chariot. I don't want to be seen with it.
Willem says,
Willem, is there a tarp we can borrow or something?
yes, I'm sure there is.
Maybe a tablecloth and we'll tie them together?
Yes, I imagine we can furnish you with some old sacks and things. So, you have acquired 500 gold pieces in just money, 9 pieces of 250 gold piece jewelry, a gilded skull with red garnets for eyes, a bronze crown with gem-eyed dragons for spires, and 30 50 gold piece gemstones, all crammed into a gilded coffin sized for a child, worth another 250 gold pieces. This is all sort of perched and strapped down to the front of a chariot, which is itself worth another 750. All up, this comes to 500. All up, it is worth 6,250 gold pieces, if you include the chariot itself. However, it's 4,250 in just money and stuff that you could easily translate to money, like gemstones or the jewelry, anything small, basically. However, there are the big ticket items. The crown, the skull, the coffin, and the chariot itself are worth 2 grand total and can only be used in trade. Most people couldn't afford that
Which is
item.
fine, because there's a bunch of stuff we'd want to trade anyway.
Yeah.
Like
but yeah, the
stuff.
only people who'd be able to who would be interested in taking them off your hands are the sort of people who would be able to, who would have other items of similar value to trade for them. So it's not a massive issue. It's just like, you could trade the bronze crown and the skull for a 1,000 gold piece diamond, for example. That's a good trade, and any craftsman would be happy to trade them. But so yeah, consider yourself 6,250 gold pieces better off, unless you don't want to trade the chariot, in which case it's 5,500.
We'll see how we go. Depends on who wants to buy it. I did have one more thing, but I want to. I don't think Smoothie would. I think he would just try and figure this out by himself, because it relates directly to Trish, and he will quietly try and contact Esmeralda. Is the next thing he will do, and basically say, "How's it going? Do you have any word on Trish's mother? Where are you? Everything okay?" That's the message.
Esmeralda messages back. Trish's mother seems fine. It would seem Trish's mother is fine. I am currently neck deep in my search for Van Richten. I can meet you soon. That's about all. words for it.
Yeah.
In
Okay,
fact, she would say Trisha's parents, not just Trisha's mother.
Okay. Okay. I'll cast one more time and say, do you still have the diamond? We are headed up to Vallaki. We should be there in insert days here.
Yeah. About 2.
Keep safe until we see you. Thank you for your help.
You gave her a diamond? Just trying to remember. You got one from the Baba, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kept it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
I gave it to her to try and use. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
To save.
Okay.
To save Trisha's mum if was needed. Yes.
One of Trish's. Well, she was. Yeah. She went to find out.
If necessary. Yeah.
Did I mention? I don't know if Smoothie had the information on any of the other loved ones. I think he only had the info on the parents.
Yeah.
As far as I know. Just meta talk slightly. Yeah.
But we all knew about the plan.
Yeah. It's more about what I choose to reveal at this point because it may. I think at the moment he will just kind of keep that information to himself.
As I recall, you
stage.
had told Esmeralda that you were probably going to go bone grinder direction. Is that accurate?
Well, maybe, but I told her that we're heading to Vallaki first.
Yeah,
I imagine we're spending at least some time there. So.
Yeah. She would respond with, I am not 2 days close to Vallaki, more like 4. I could meet you at the bone grinder in about 4 days. I believe that was where you were heading next.
I can't. I'm not using any more spell slots.
No.
So
No.
she'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, no, absolutely fair. Yeah. But yeah, she could.
Okay.
She basically concludes. I'll look to meet you somewhere between Vallaki and the Bone Grinder, unless I hear from you otherwise.
Okay, cool. That works.
She
He
ends
will keep
with,
the rest to himself,
"Hope
I
you
think,
are
at this
well,
stage.
Smoothie." But with no expectation of a
I'll just sit
response.
and sounds.
So Willem assists you getting the stuff back down to Argenvostolt. It's about a sort of 4-hour journey with the horse and cart. It's not well designed for a chariot. This downhill slope. It's in places it is steps, so it's no faster than walking. Do you, Smoothie, tell Trish that her parents would seem to be alive?
No, because it means that someone else is alive and there's nothing we can do about it right now.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
no, not at this stage.
Very well. Cool. So it is a somewhat gloomy party.
And other reasons, but
yeah. It is a somewhat gloomy party that returns down to Argenvostolt. And, Willem would ask, so, fellows, what is the plan? I understand you probably have preparations you need to make before our assault on Ravenloft? I believe there was some mention of heading up to Vallaki.
Yeah, I don't think we're quite ready for an
Well, we
all-out
wanted to
assault,
turn
mate.
some of this loot into useful diamonds. And I think there were a few other things from those tarot cards that we needed to do. But diamonds is the first order of business. I
Right.
don't like carrying around this much loot.
That's understandable, yes.
No.
I was actually going to say, we have no need of it. So if you wanted to leave some of it here, the more bulky stuff, for example, that is certainly an option. Or you can sort of take it up to Vallaki and trade it in. It's probably... Kresk isn't a rich place. The only other place that you could really get rid of that much loot without making a significant change to the local economy is Barovia itself. Sort of that much influx of just money just massively inflate everything.
Is Vallaki the place where I had to smile all the time?
Yes, it is an infuriatingly happy place.
Shit. All right, so
I won't be there long.
do you want to take everything or you want to leave some stuff here? I mean, now that we've got... Wait, Trish, do you reckon Thunder's going to disappear at some point?
Oh, I hope not.
Because, I mean, if we were halfway there and that happened, that would be
Really awkward, yes.
not ideal.
Trish, you can make I would advise you to use one of your wild magic sensey things on Thunder.
Sure, why not? I'll use a magical awareness on Thunder.
Thunder is 100% not magical. Thunder is a flesh and blood, real horse for real.
Okay. I don't think she's gonna disappear. While I have this on, though, I'm gonna have like just a quick look at our stuff.
Yep. The bronze crown has some residual magic around it. It feels you get a sense of evocation around it. Though you don't know precisely what it is, but it is magical in some way. The rest of it, the gilded skull, I imagine you think probably should be magical, but it's not. It's just ornamental. It's just a weird ornament. The only thing that's in any way magical is the bronze crown with gem-eyed dragons for spires. It's worth 750 gold pieces, and it's the only thing that's in any way magical.
I think we should leave a few things here, just because if we get robbed on the road or if something happens, I don't want us to be flat broke.
Wise.
Smart.
Yes. If you
maybe the crown, couple of necklaces, just a little bit.
Yes. I was going to say, so I will not be able to accompany you for anything other than your assault on Ravenloft itself. But let me know when you need me and where you need me, and I will be there. And if you want me to bring any of your valuables with me, I can do so.
Thank you.
Can you remind me, Willem, how it works with your leader? The skull is important to bringing him back, right?
Yes. Argynvost's skull is in Castle Ravenloft. Getting it out will basically it will release the spirit of Argynvost, empower it to the point where he can cure the diseased mind of our leader, the leader of the Revenant Knights, and that will allow him to accept that Argynvost is actually still talking to us, and allow us to assist you in a far more meaningful way.
Okay.
One last assault on Ravenloft. One last burst of assistance we could provide you against Strahd. I understand it is a complicated and multi-step process, but unfortunately it is the only way to make things work. The undead are powered by magic, so one's word is one's bond. That is a very magical deal made with as far as the undead are concerned. I simply cannot break it. It's sort of the sum total essence of being age. So I am bound to obey him, even though we don't necessarily like what he's listening.
Sounds good.
My goodness, I from what I knew of Master Helvig, he was a splendid soul, and I know you will probably feel his loss keenly. I would suggest only that I doubt he would want you mourning.
Well,
I will
you
say
can't.
no more on the matter.
So, did you have a tarp or something we can put over this chariot if we're taking it with us?
Yes, of course. May I suggest some boot black?
I think I can make this thing look sufficiently grubby. Just give me a half an hour. And I'm gonna scrounge craft this bad boy.
Hell yeah. What do you do to it?
Can I talk to Selnox while this is happening?
Please do.
Sorry, we were talking at the same time.
So,
But,
Trish,
do your
Trish,
thing
what do you
first,
do?
Trish.
And then
Yeah.
we'll have that conversation.
I'm going to get assorted blankets and fabric and sort of sew them together to be sort of like a cover, like those Oregon
Like a car cover.
Trails type ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's that style of cart more than a chariot. And any bits of gold that peek through, I'm gonna just blacken up with some like soot and like boot polish and whatever's going around.
Soot would help you.
Ah, nice.
Soot, the little dragon, will actually just... He sees what you're doing and starts rubbing himself on the shiniest bits.
Stop.
He's a helpful little tucker.
Yeah.
When we're
no
done,
matter-
I give him a little scratch behind the ear and say, "Thanks, buddy. Good job."
Soot.
Tucker?
Trish, can you make me a wisdom check?
Wisdom. All
Great
right.
wisdom.
Straight wisdom. 16.
You hear... You're welcome.
Right. Right. Love it. Excellent.
Yeah. So, yes, that's what Trish does. Smoothie and Selenox.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Scroungecraft 0. Yep.
I'm gonna approach her and just go, I need a favor, and I'd really appreciate it if you didn't ask me why. I guess I'd owe you one, maybe.
All right, out with it.
I don't really know how to lie. I haven't had to do it very often. I don't want to talk about what I'm lying about. I don't want to talk about any of it. I just need to know how to pull it off.
It's not something that...
Every time I try, I just kind of, I have this thing with my teeth, and I get dry mouth, and I think people pick up on it, and my teeth kind of hang over. It's a tell, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they call it, mate. How about you try, instead of telling a lie, avoiding saying what you don't want to say. You go around it. There's no tell because there's no lie.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if you're lying to me about something important, you end up with a box over the ears.
It's not about you. No, I'm kidding. No. It's no, but it's important.
Okay.
I guess you'll just have to trust me on that.
All right. Well, if you end up ready to talk about it, you're welcome to.
Okay.
I'd avoid the topic for now until you work on your teeth tell.
Mm-hmm.
Will that work?
That was Jack breaking. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
No problem, kid.
I owe you one, I guess.
Nah. Advice is on the house, mate.
Old Town Creepy just wants to hug Smith.
And
I think we all do, Creepy.
And I will totter off.
Cool.
And look for my moment.
Excellent. Yeah, Trish has had a charming half hour of building an awning over the chariot. Think the Roman style chariots is really designed for 2 at most. It's not a cart really. But yeah, you can build a sort of awning over it. It's more like a shade sail. But it definitely disguises the intent of this thing. It's a standing up 2 people on a little wooden board about 1 meter square, with 2/3 of the sides surrounded by wall or like a board, and then the back is open so you can get on and off really. It has a pair of wheels over an axle. It has a small it has a pair of metal they're not springs. It is basically just a bent piece of metal that the axles sit on to provide some rudimentary suspension, but it's not particularly good. However, most carts in this place you've seen do not have any. I mean, in this world generally don't have any at all. So this is clearly something that is made for someone quite fancy, which is cool. And you do a really good job of disguising that it is in fact a really fucking fancy thing. Soot blackens up a lot of it, and yeah, Trish has had I don't want to say nice time, but certainly a refreshing time doing something that she likes and is good at, with somebody who she has decided she likes. So yeah. Hey,
Very soothing, very therapeutic.
And Willem comes back with a small bundle of foodstuffs. He says, "I'm afraid we're not terribly well stocked at the moment. But seeing as none of us actually eat, there's no need to maintain any. But we have some dried travel rations and so forth, if you would like. You're welcome to them."
Don't suppose you got any of that wine left as well, mate?
He looks a little abashed. He says, "Honestly, no. You had some of you had basically the last of it. We were keeping it for a special occasion, and it seemed appropriate.
Thanks,
offer it
mate.
to people who could actually taste it."
I've got the thing.
Yeah, we can restock your stocks if you want.
Oh,
with
well.
water to wine.
Jug. I don't think any of us would say no. May I borrow it for half an hour?
Sure.
I'll bring it back.
Where is it?
And he's actually I've
got nothing else to do. I can do it.
Yeah. Well, yes, all right, fine. He'll take you off, and there is a raptor, who is the resident drunk. Not that he actually gets drunk; he just likes wine. Because he can just about taste it if it's really strong. And yeah, he takes you up and introduces you. I mean, you'd met him before. He was one of the knights that you met. And the 3 of you go through the cellar and find every empty bottle that's left down there and refill them all with water-turned wine at the well.
Yep.
And they go, this is Well, this is completely justified. As far as the brothers and I are concerned, this is completely justified. All of the assistance we have given you. We are, and the other says, yes, we are very, very grateful. Thank you so much. And he actually holds both of your hands, Smoothie, and says,
You're welcome.
I was very against giving you the last. But now you have come good.
Well,
you are
I mean,
always welcome in this place.
Okay. I believe you. Please let go of my
You're
hands.
Good boy, good boy. Well done. And he sort of picks up three
okay.
bottles, tucks one
Good.
under his wing, and goes back inside. You have honestly made his year.
Why didn't you tell him it was you who picked up the jug?
Because I just did the picking up. You were the one who told me to. And you also solved the whole issue with the specters. I would not have been able to fix that. My magic sword isn't magical. The next time I join you guys,
commander.
if you happen to have a spare, fun story.
Of that?
Knox
Yeah,
has
I mean-
2 magic swords.
A spare magic sword? Yeah, okay, I think we can make that happen.
If you want me to be somewhat more useful, I happily wield one if you've got a spare lying around.
Xenonox
pass it
has
on.
like 2 swords on her back, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, she's got that magic rapier she showed up with, and the sword she was given by the Burgermeister of Kresk, which is only magical for fighting the undead, but here that'll do.
Hey, she has 3 hands. She needs at least 2 swords.
She's got a third hand? What happened?
Didn't you get a 3rd hand?
No.
just an
She's
extra
got
talon.
finger.
an extra
I'm the
finger on
6-fingered
each.
bird.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I'm thinking talon as this is a talon, not
Oh, no.
this is
Ah,
a talon.
yeah,
Didn't get a
Okay,
spare
well,
talon on each hand.
Yeah.
No.
Don't tell a Nico or Toya.
Still.
Got 2 hands at the end of each.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's horrifying. That's significantly much more upsetting. All right, no. Okay, so you've had a lot more nightmare fuel than the rest of us did. Interesting. Cool.
Yes.
No,
It's
she
like
just
so
picked up an
intense
extra
making you-
finger. Just one more digit.
Still needs 2
Polydactyly.
swords.
Yeah. Isn't that Spy Kids? Yeah, it's not really General Grievous. He's got 4 arms. This guy, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being.
I did like the image though of an owl version of that. Cool. All of that's very upsetting. Great. So Smoothie, yeah, you are thanked profusely by the brothers, and is there anything else you'd like to do before you head off?
No, just
No?
in case it didn't come up, he would say, "Could you tell me who, like, what you used to be before, like when you started?" Like, and he will, for the sake of brevity, ask what they used to look like, and he will try and keep it in his head for the mural that is being made back home.
And he
doesn't tell them that; he just asks.
Yeah. In my first life, I was quite a handsome Corvan.
Okay, Corvin. Okay, no problem.
Though I have been a Vulpin for
And
nearly
he'll ask for the
40
rest if he
years.
remembers.
Yeah, he would go through all of them. I will have to go and do a deep
He'd write
dig.
it down if he could, but he can't.
Yeah. I imagine his memory is very good because he cannot write things down.
It would have to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Willem canonically was now first a Corvum and is now a Vulpin. Yeah. Another bloody Corvum. Well, you weren't.
In
Racist.
spirit, we were.
Spirit Corvum. Yeah. I can't remember. It was either a Corvum or a Raptor. Let's say Corvum now.
It's a Corvum now.
Yeah, I've said it. It's canon. And yeah, he goes through the others. They were all some variation of humble or birdfolk. Most were humble folk. Cool. Selenox, anything else?
Yeah, before I'm gonna, as we're kind of heading off, keep my eye on Soot.
Yep.
And if Soot's kind of looking like they're gonna trot along, I'm gonna.
Oh, he's
call
on
him over.
Trish's shoulder. He hasn't left Trish since he started helping her with the cart. He means to help Trish find Helvig.
Right.
And in doing so, he will find his cousin here, about whom he is concerned. And in doing so, he will also probably find his way back to the plane of fire, which is where he wants to. As far as he's concerned, you guys have the best chance of either leaving Barovia or breaking the curse that stops other people from leaving Barovia. One way or t'other, he thinks you're probably the safest people to hang out with and or the best way to achieve his goals. So you'll have to convince him to not come with you.
So Soot, you
Soot?
coming along for the ride, are you?
Soot.
Now you know those folks that we saw up at the castle. Like we come across stuff like that on the regular, mate.
Soot.
It's
And
not
he
always.
exhales a gust of sparks and soot that would probably be mildly inconvenient to have spat in your face.
Yeah, mate, you're real tough. I'm not questioning that at all.
Soot.
But I mean, when we get the job done, and the border between this world and the other worlds comes down, you can go to the fire plane when it's done, right? You don't need us.
Soot. Help. Soot. Find Helvig. Soot. Trish need. Soot. Get to plane of fire.
Yeah, I know, mate.
Soot. Trish not fire.
Yeah. We're not going there tomorrow, though.
Soot. When?
Well, we got stuff to do. We gotta take down this. We gotta take down Strahd. We gotta get away out of this world. It's
Soot. Exactly. Here. Not no.
What do you reckon, Trish? Is it all right if Stuart
Trish,
joins
you
us?
understood all that.
Seems like he's made up his mind.
All right.
Soot. Okay. As in, I will if you want.
Well, I mean, in the end, mate, it's up to you. I just don't want you following us into danger and getting yourself hurt before you're able to come and help Trish go to the fire plane and, in a blaze of glory, bring Pier and Helvig out of there. Would be. Wouldn't want that to end too soon. That's all.
He gives you a nod like he's actually thinking about it. He is considering what you've said. And then shakes and says, Soot. And you both hear, come.
All right.
Soot, maybe hide.
Fair enough, mate. We won't judge you.
Soot, big, danger.
There is big danger.
So maybe hide.
Hey, hiding is a very useful skill. Don't knock it.
Good.
Mhm. So,
Okay.
when you get to the fire plane, do you turn into a bigger? Tell me about it. And then, that's just the conversation that I'm going to continue with Soot along the
Soot
road. We don't need to
bashfully goes,
have
Soot.
that.
Quite big. Soot. Not peer big, but Soot. Quite big. Yeah. He's about the size of a house cat. But very light. He weighs no more than 1 kilo. He can comfortably sit on a shoulder. It's in a similar manner to a large parrot. He doesn't really have a stat block. He wouldn't participate in a combat, other than to possibly. He might serve as more like an alarm dog or something like that. Like he would. Yeah, he's not going to get underfoot. He's probably not going to be a massive help.
He's a familiar.
He's just there. Yeah. Cool. You head on up to Vallaki. It was I believe a 2-day journey down here, so it'll be a 2-day journey back. You would, if the cart was not so laden down, you would probably make a slightly faster journey back, but you're carrying quite a lot of weight. Were you going to leave anything?
I think we should leave the crown and maybe a couple of bits of jewelry. Enough to buy 1 or 2 diamonds with if we need to, just so that we're not diamondless if we get robbed.
Very well. If you leave the crown, the skull, and 20 of the gemstones, that's 2 grand. That's 2 diamonds.
Does that seem like an appropriate amount, gang?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Think so.
So we can still buy 4.
Worst comes to worst, 4. Okay, that should be fine then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Kate. Thank you very much for the resub, buddy. Buddy champion. So, yeah, you head on up to Vallaki, leaving 2 grand's worth of goods and services at Argenvostold in the care of some very grateful and a little tipsy knights. Excellent. The journey is pretty uneventful, to be honest. Trish, you are aware that you murdered somebody only yesterday. Somebody with a soul yesterday, which means you are pretty close to the end of your ticking clock by the time you pull up at Vallaki.
So it's
Don't come across
today I
anyone
gotta
on the
do the
road.
deed.
Sorry?
Don't come across anyone on the road.
Well, no, not on the way up to Vallaki, no.
One of these smiley buggers is gonna eat it. Gotcha.
All right. On the way into town, Selenox is coaching Soot. Soot, you got to make yourself look happy, just all the time.
Soot bares his fangs in a rough facsimile of a humanoid smile. It's clearly what he's doing, but it's fucking terrifying.
All right, maybe just hide in the cart.
If it's been 2 days, I'd also like to check on Anna and Greskopfs, make sure they're all good.
Oh, sure.
And I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head that
You sent Anna back to Kresk with the red dress, did you not?
I believe so. Yeah, they had elite guard. Yeah.
The without wanting
the
to
best they could do anyway.
role play the whole conversation.
No, all good. It was more just making sure that we're all fine.
No, I appreciate it. It's a good thought as well. She would send back. The abbot was not 100% happy, but he did take the point that Strahd would probably like a red dress on his bride. And they're basically she and the abbot and the Kreskovs are all good.
Okay, good.
And young, is it Igor? The son?
That sounds right.
Uh,
But I know
is-
who you mean anyway.
is flourishing. She is extremely grateful. He is healthier than he's been in years. Ivor? Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, and yeah, she is once again profuse in her praise. If you wanted to confirm with Esmeralda where you were going to meet her,
I mean, I've got spell slots.
yeah, this is the thing.
But it's most convenient to go.
Sorry, I missed that. Your connection is great.
Yeah.
Talking to a robot, my friend. I'm afraid I cannot make it out.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Yeah. If you're happy to spend the spell slots to chat with Esmeralda, she will organize to meet you as soon as she can. And you are giving her where you're going to go. So you head to Vallaki. Is this a flying visit, or do you mean to stay overnight?
I don't want to have to smile for too fucking long.
Flying visit it is. Excellent. Yeah. Prefer to sleep on the road.
Depends on how well we sell. We can find the market.
Well, so you head first to the tavern run by the Martikovs, or do you look to sell your shit?
I don't know.
I think we can do the Markovs are really rich, so do a better deal for us if they owe it ever.
Yeah, they are quite well off. Whether or not they have the capacity to trade thousands of gold pieces worth of gemstones just out of nowhere, you'd probably be better off with a jeweler in town. This is a decent-sized village. There would be a blacksmith and a jeweler and a bowyer, all of whom would sell you, if you are in the market for some magic, well, sort of high-quality +1 weaponry, +2 weaponry is available here as well. I love that the girls are smiling. It's great.
Smile, grimace, it's similar.
Yeah, it'll do. Yeah, why not? So yeah, if you're wanting to, you could, but you can go to the Martikovs first, and at least get their feelings on the matter. They may be able to hook you up. You don't know. You'd have to go there first if that's who you were thinking of talking to.
Were the Martikovs the one who ran the bar?
Yep.
We chatted to them beforehand. We're
Yes.
On good terms. We could ask them where to sell stuff without getting too much suspicion raised about having a shit ton of gold. Shit.
Exactly. We find.
What did we decide?
You're going to the Martikovs first.
Yeah, makes sense. Because
yeah,
they owe us a favor.
Well,
Yeah.
we can see who they suggest to sell stuff to.
Yeah.
Yes. Here we go.
It would probably help if we mentioned the name of the contact who the characters would remember, but I do not necessarily. The person we saved.
Yes. Erwin and Danica Martikov are the people who run the Blue Water Tavern, Blue Water Inn. And
We stayed with them last time we were in
You did.
town.
You did.
Oh, okay.
Um,
What was the name of the person that we saved?
I am just finding that.
The Corvin woman, is that who we're
Yes,
talking
the
about?
Corvum lady at Varese is Marina.
Okay.
No, that's a different person. Irina Kolyana.
Okay.
No, sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm just seeing names.
We can just say insert name here for now if you like.
In the
Was it
standard
it was
stones.
Muriel.
Yes,
I think it was
sounds-
Muriel.
that sounds right. Muriel Vinshaw. Yeah. She's a friend of the Martikovs. Yep.
Because she took the new green acorn to the Martikovs.
Yes. Yes, she did.
The shiny acorn to the Muddercoffs, which I think
Yeah.
is why they owe us the favor.
It's
Also
so
because we
unhinged. Yeah.
rescued the birds.
And my face
Yes.
really hurt.
Yeah. I appreciate the commitment to the bit. So yeah, you get there, and Erwin is behind the bar. One of his sons helps you park your horse in the stable. Smoothie's the only one with any significant familiarity with horses on the road, but I imagine Trish and Selenox have learnt in the last 3 days how to sort of harness and drive Thunder well. And when not overburdened by loot, this contraption is probably a relatively speedy way of getting around. I would say it would increase your movement speed by half again. So a journey that would normally take 3 would only take 2 days in your chariot with Thunder pulling.
Sweet. So should we keep the chariot?
Are you
I
keeping
like
the
it.
chariot is the question, or do you want to trade it for a less fancy cart that you could all sit on?
Probably smarter.
Because at the moment, one of you rides Thunder while the other 2 stand in the cart, which is why she has to go so slowly, because it's a fairly heavy-duty thing to carry someone, pull 2 other people, and a bunch of gold.
Here's the thing.
I mean, we lived
guys,
the life for a few days.
You guys, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I used to rob people. And let me tell you what, if I saw this thing going down the road, I was not getting to its destination. Let me tell you what. Let's get rid of this.
So,
Yeah.
on the journey to Vallaki, you have seen almost no one.
Yeah.
You've seen, I think, 4 people on the road. Obviously, you don't overtake people very much when you're moving at around walking speed, so you're only going to see them coming in the other direction. But yeah, a sum total of 4 individuals, only one of whom even said hello.
Okay.
A Jerbine with a fairly sunny disposition.
Which
and
Selenox is outraged at because she is definitely the kind of person who does the wave to everyone.
They would nod or like.
Oh, better.
There was a nod or a grunt in 2 of the other cases. One just straight up blanked you.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You give me when I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
An elderly
Just
hedge
howdy,
woman.
partner. Damn fool. Just like, what'd you say, you son of a bitch?
Selenox definitely bitched for the next hour at least about that person who blanked them.
Yeah, there was an elderly Luma lady just pottering along down the road, and she straight up ignored you.
She better hope she didn't see me. Fuck.
Yeah. So you park the
Once-
horse, you head
yeah.
inside. Erwin Mardikoff is behind the counter and says, "Oh, my friends, my lovely friends. Come, please, have a seat.
Thanks, mate.
Drinks all around, I think."
Yeah,
Oh.
that's good, mate.
Muriel said to come and speak to you guys.
I have spoken with her. We are very grateful for the help you have provided our family.
Okay.
Is there anything we can do for you, my friends, my good friends?
Yeah. Well, we're looking. I mean, thank you. And I'll. But strong.
It is. It's very strong.
We have quite a bit of cargo that we would like to trade for more lightweight items and things I can use, if you understand what I'm saying.
We want to know who's.
You have made
Sorry.
some stir on the way in through the village.
Yeah, shit.
It would be wise to get rid of it as quickly as possible.
That's the plan. If you can help us do that.
What is
I
it?
can't write, but I do have. If you have a quill, I could list down the things I need, and I'll list all the material components.
Right. So what is it you're actually looking for? Material
want me
components
to-
for a bunch of high-end spells, basically?
Yeah. Did you want me to do this live on the thing, or
No,
or,
just send
should we
it-
just
send me
assume that
to
it's
it.
all good?
Basically, I'd like to know how much it would theoretically cost. He will get you a 10% discount.
Understood. Okay. Let me I'm sure there's a Google Excel sheet or something. Cleric spells.
Hey, gang,
Yes.
that comment's making me a little nervous. I think I'm gonna wait by the cart, actually, just make sure it's all.
I will
That's very
have,
cool.
if you allow, I will have my son, Anya. Not Anya. That's a girl's name. I will have my daughter Anya bring in the chest. A strange chest as well. It's a coffin.
A very interesting shape. It was an interesting design choice, but
It is.
gets
It is.
the job done.
I'm
Thank
sure.
you. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and Anya, a surprisingly burly Corvum girl, carries in this, and she is like, fucking, why me, Dad? As she staggers in with it, and she said, around the side, girl, around the side. And she like, you fucking serious? Turns around and leaves again, and comes in through the back door, so it's nowhere near as conspicuous. Yeah. And it
Thanks,
is
Argus.
placed in a corner booth that you are then ushered over to. So yeah, he says, there. Our pleasure.
I have sent you the.
Thanks. I was gonna say thanks. I thought you were gonna say something else.
All good. Continue. Sorry.
Very well. Muscle mummy. Not really. That's the problem.
That's Tali, my friend. Well, I mean, she's got a strength of 18. She's a mother of 7.
Oh,
What do
no,
you wanna
that's
do?
true. I just don't imagine... I think of Muscle Mummy as quite big as well, like quite tall and physically imposing.
Right.
And I don't imagine that
Right.
is Tali. She's not small, but I don't
Enough
think
to be
she's
fair.
huge. I just never imagined her as a bulk, you know?
Anyway, the thing is being sent, and I will say, as Smoothie, I think what he would also say is, you seem to have an issue with, if you don't mind me saying, Strahd's nursemaid.
Hey. Anya, mind the bar! And he pours himself a tankard of ale and says, may I sit?
It's your place? Yeah.
But
Did he bring drinks for everyone or just himself?
You have already been served.
He already offered drinks.
He didn't
No, I
even.
know.
He did not even ask
I
you
said a
what you
refill.
wanted. He remembered from last time what it was you all favoured, and it
Bloody
was presented.
Mary!
So Smoothie has a Bloody Mary in front of him. As I remember, Selenox was on the whiskey. And I
she
feel
has
like
definitely finished.
yeah, and I feel like Trish was doing vodka shots.
Clink, clink, clink.
I think she was in a vodka shots kind of place last time we were here,
Yeah.
and she's in a
So-
vodka shots kind of place again.
It's not shots. You now have a snifter. It's a tall, the size of a shot glass, but it's 3 times the height. It is the bottle is arrived. So a large Bloody Mary is planted in front of Smoothie, and a bottle of vodka and a bottle of whiskey just come out under his arm as he plonks himself down at the table.
Yeah, well, in that case, you're welcome to sit down, mate.
And he places his hand over each glass, each of Trish and Selenox's glasses. They clean and empty themselves completely. Then they frost up. And then he pours spirit into both of them, and you are served a chilled vodka and a chilled whiskey.
That's a neat trick.
Thanks,
I
mate.
do not know many magic, but that is a useful one for a barman.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Can I stop smiling?
This
You
is a-
can
this
tone
is
it
a
down a
prayer.
little bit. This is why we
Oh,
are in
thank-
private booth.
God.
We are friends here. Hopefully, smiling will come naturally. So, you did me and mine a great service, perhaps more than you knew.
What do you mean?
We are. My family have long association with other species in this world. You are aware of spells like speak with animals. Yes?
Yeah, huh?
Well, my family have a long connection with the ravens of Bro. Crows, ravens, all manner of intelligent birds. Several of those you freed are friends of the family.
Did we free your people?
People know, friends, though. Yes.
That's cool. That's good. I was worried about. I mean, good.
It
Good.
is why. It was why. Ursula. No, not Ursula.
Baba Lasak.
Muriel. It was why
Muriel.
Muriel sent us to you. Sent you to me, and the item that you recovered and gave to a treasured family heirloom. My cousin, who runs the Wizard of Mines, will need it. Is part of the reason the wines do.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I am bound to say no more, but my cousin could tell you. Visit.
Well, we were planning to, but maybe we'll make a point later.
I see.
No, finish what you were gonna say.
That was all I was going to say. If you have questions, I will. You have a list. I will.
It's on Zoom, so
on Zoom,
basically, it's a screenshot there.
Cannot read it while it's on Zoom without mucking up the cameras.
Okay, that's cool. I can't attach it to Discord though. It won't
That's okay.
let me.
Don't worry.
So
I will have a look.
We can do it on break, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all there, and he will just say,
bad.
"Go."
I enjoyed Igor saying it's on Zoom.
It's on Zoom, yeah.
Yes.
Much better than that Skype, yeah.
Yes. Very, very superior. So you are looking for a single diamond, for 1,000 gold.
I think
wow,
the
this is for a lot of stuff that you can't cast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it was such a priority. There's a bunch of shit
yourself.
I just simply cannot do. Well, I mean, future-proofing is not the word I would use because we tried to cast Magic Circle and it effed us in the A, if you'll remember correctly. Trying to beat Baba Lasaga, just like, I can't cast that, I can't cast that, can't cast that. So, yeah. But what Smoothie will say in the interim is, well, I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong, but this is a secret for a reason, right? Who are you keeping it from?
The birds are very intelligent. Yet every notice prevalent.
Okay.
My family stand again. Rules this. But if we were to ever loudly, we would
You'd be
burned.
killed. Yeah.
We are nowhere near strong enough loudly, but we do so with the assistance of the.
There might be something you could actually help us with information. And he will draw, because that's all he can really do. Like, he'll just take that quill that he's been writing stuff on and like take a napkin and just draw what he imagines to be a pool, because it's one of the cards. And he will go, I don't know, I'm just making this up, but like, we're looking for a pool. I know this place pretty well. I know Barovia pretty well. I don't know about any pool. Could you help us with that?
Molten Creepy, could you roll me in chat a history check for Erwin Mine? Exclamation mark history. Ooh.
Selenox tops up her glass. and offers Trish a top up as well with the vodka. She picks up the vodka bottle as like and tops Trish up as well.
Excellent.
Why we have the book on hand.
Do you want a little sip of this, Selenox? Because I kind of want a little sip of yours. Do you want to?
Sure.
You draw
Just-
the lake is the pool is roughly kidney shaped, and you can see it. The way you've drawn it is the way you've imagined it. As I think you are, Smoothie is struck by. That's why I asked Smoothie. That's why I asked Creepy Bishop Blood.
Does a 6 remember? Yeah.
No, a 6 does not.
But you know what's interesting, Josh? I'm actually looking at it. Maybe I got it wrong because I'm running Curse of Strahd, and maybe I got it wrong. But so I've got 4 of coins, the merchant, tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. So the finest wine, no wine remains.
Yeah.
And then there's the healer Ardea shrine. So maybe I was mistaken about the pool, but I swear there was something. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
I've got the cards in
you're
front of
not
me.
wrong. You have it. You
Okay.
have it correct. But there is a
Oh.
pool there as well. I'm gonna roll for it.
Are they related to one of these cards? Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, well, roll first.
So he looks at it and he says, "This place. No, I am afraid I know not of a shrine with a pool, though I am not particularly well traveled. However, unless it is the shrine, there is an old shrine in Kresk.
It's an Ardea shrine. Does that help?
Yes, there is. Say that little word quieter here. There is a
I
shrine.
assume he did. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
stupid.
There is a shrine to Ardea in the north of Kresk.
Where we started there. Damn it.
Yes, just at the base of the abbey.
What?
It is the shrine the abbey was sort of founded upon and around.
Oh, we walked right past it, guys.
Wow.
You never actually saw it. It is very private, but yeah, it is definitely there. You just didn't know to look for it at the time. You,
I didn't like that place.
You didn't.
Oh, I don't want to go back.
You didn't encounter. You were not aware that you had to. That there was the thing was there until after you got to Vallaki. Remember. In fact, no, Berez. You only found out that that's where you
Yeah.
were looking to get in when you got to Berez.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's
Well, at
sorry,
least you know
don't
what
mean
it
to-
is.
Yeah, please don't take this as. Thank you for the information.
And
It's
if you are
just-
going to visit the Wizard of Wines, then you are going in the correct direction anyway.
Yeah, well, actually, believe it or not, another one of our cards is to do with. It says, "Seek a cask that once held the finest wine, but no wine remains." Sounds like that would be the place, right?
At this, Erwin, his face darkens, and he says, "Have you heard?"
Nothing, sir. Well, it was, I'm Vistani, and, my, folk did a reading.
He says, "We believe there are." I'm sorry, perhaps I have misunderstood you. The most barrels at a vineyard would be full. The vats and so forth.
Is he hiding
they are-
something? Can I make an inside check?
You may.
Because it sounded like he made a very quick recovery there. It's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Protecting his reputation or something.
There's not many places around the place you find wine in this place, though, eh?
No.
20.
Filthy 20. Smoothie, yeah. You hit upon something you did not know, and he reacted very strongly to it. You are getting that he was all of a sudden very worried that you knew something, and then he realized that you didn't.
Sir, I didn't and don't mean to cause any offense, but
No, I misunderstood you. I had thought that you were implying that the Wizards of Wine's winery was empty of wine. And it is not true.
didn't you say before that he needed an item? Are there other items missing?
I'm gonna let that 20 carry over, and there are others.
Okay.
Apologies. You are friends, and the family has. There are 3 items that assist with creation and cultivation of. Only one was remaining to kill you by the door.
Oh.
So you
So
got
you're
2
still
out of
missing
3
one.
at the moment. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Things are better, but at the time, the implication that I hope you can follow my logic. You implied that there would be empty vats at the winery when there should not be empty vats at the winery. One that is making wine flat out as quickly as possible to service the entire country.
When's the last time you've been back there?
My cousin runs the place. I prefer to stay here in Vallaki. I have not visited in. Though I hear from him on Halo. Ravens.
Well, if you don't know where it is, we can check it out. I mean, it sounds like it's probably still the smartest place for it to be. And if
There
there's
are
something
empty
wrong,
vats. You may well be right, though. Why one of them would contain something useful? Crusade. I don't know, but that's not to say I'm wrong.
Is there somewhere else that used to make wine before it was just you guys?
Many, but not in centuries. It occurs to me, however, there are other places that may contain large empty
like
that used to contain wine. The
Such
finest
as?
wine would be found in the homes of the finest people.
Oh,
You remain. Though there are a couple that bring to
like the Baron here, right?
that is one possibility, yes. I was such proud him.
Well, I'm not planning on heading into his basement anytime soon.
The Baron would also have a wine cellar. Do not know the intricacies of any fortune telling.
No, it's not. It's probably the vaguest one. I suppose we should just focus on the things that we can do.
You may certainly try the Wizard of Wines. They would be grateful for your assistance and locate the final.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, if there's any trade that can be done, I suppose this is as good a time as any. And what's it like here? I was never really here very much. My friend didn't like us going there very much.
In Vallaki.
Yeah.
How do you mean? What is it like? It's a very happy place full of very happy people.
Gotcha. Ha 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 ha.
Though
Okay.
it has not always been this. The Baron has the new rules about happiness are relatively recent, the last year or so, maybe two. It was not a law until about 12 months.
Did
The
something
regular festivals, on the other hand, are a newer event. I think we're up to 32.
did something change that brought on the happy law?
No, it would seem to be a sort of slow thing, an escalation. I am not well acquainted with the Baron, something about which I am in no way upset. So I could not say what delirium has settled on his brain to make him insist upon this, but there is a twisted kind of logic to it. Strahd preys on fear and persecution. He wants people to be scared. Is his. So, the Baron seeks to protect his people in his own twisted, maddened way by making them be as happy as possible. What he fails to understand is that threatening people to make them happy rarely has that effect. And in fact, he is doing exactly what Strahd wants. But no one will
I
be able
saw
to say
some
that
people
to him.
in stocks. Was that because they weren't
Failed to
smiling?
be happy, yes. All for reasonably good reasons. I think there was a couple of mourners there.
Good, good. Okay. Let's not
Ah.
stay too long.
Yeah, like I said, my face hurts when I'm in this town.
I
So
approve of your commitment, but yes, you are. I don't want to be insensitive here, but you had a metal friend.
Yep.
You are not in
Have
mourning.
a metal
Good.
friend.
Good. I am glad he just did not accompany you.
Vacation.
I see. What a pleasant trip for him. I hope he has a lovely time.
So what about your dealing the stuff that Smoothie needs? What about somewhere where we could get that carriage? The carriage we've got slightly, maybe
If you
just
would like
slightly
a-
too conspicuous for us.
That one, I would actually suggest. In fact, I will undertake to get rid of that one for you personally. I believe the Baron may actually be interested in purchasing it from you. He is really the only person here who would need one. A mode of transportation so elegant. I personally have no need of it, but I could, if I will put out some feelers to the man. If he is interested in purchasing it, I will purchase it from you and do you a good deal on a more modest cart.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Sounds good to me.
I will also negotiate with my contacts throughout town any of the other components that you need. However, I am not well supplied with working relationships with the blacksmith and the bowyer. So if you have any weaponry or armor you are seeking, then I would suggest you make those connections yourselves.
So Igor, how long you reckon that's going to take to set up some sort of deal?
I will send my daughter this afternoon. And if you are you planning to stay the night, or would you? We will offer you happily free room. Or if you are in a rush, I will see if we can expedite it by evening.
What is the... You said that he was doing this in defiance of Strahd, this happy thing, the Baron. In your opinion, is he in a position to help? I say this because we could probably use it, but the only reason I'm talking to you like this is because I know that you were captives of an ally of his. So the proof's in the pudding, so to speak.
The Baron is for himself. Not think that you would have an ally there. He is also absolutely.
Hey Igor, what's the Baron's name?
It's Erwin, but yes.
Sorry. Selenox would have got Selenox would have got that right.
Yeah, absolutely. The Baron is named Vargas Valakovich. Vargas Valakovich. And his wife, the Baroness Lydia Petrovna.
He doesn't have a nickname or anything, does he, mate?
The nickname would probably be the Baron,
Right.
though he is spoken of only in glowing terms by anyone who is being listened to by anybody else. He has...
No worries.
The one you need to look out for is his... Hitman is too strong a word. Thug, I think, would probably be better. Izek Stranzi. He is a hedge with a huge deformity. His one arm is significantly larger than the other. Covered in tattoos.
Right.
Well, go.
If it's not too much trouble, we weren't planning on sticking around for too long.
I will
But
expedite the process then.
The only thing that might be worth is it okay if we just have a quick chat by ourselves?
I have a bar to tend. But a pleasure chatting with you, my friends. Always glad to see you here in Vallaki. And he gets up and tips his cap and goes back to the bar, drains his pint, fills up your glasses, and then takes the bottles with him.
Thank
about
you.
half empty.
I was hoping he'd leave that.
Trish, what do you think? Do you think this guy might be worth checking out? You're the quietest of us.
What, the Baron as an ally?
I don't know. At this point, it's just it's difficult to know who to trust, but we don't know unless we look, right? I'm not saying we
appreciate
go up to the guy and tell him, but maybe we can find something out.
I appreciate the thought. I don't feel comfortable recruiting him as an ally given the state of things, but if we're selling something to him anyway, we could go up there with the chariot and make the sale ourselves.
Do a scope. Yeah.
A legitimate reason to go up there and see what things are like. Couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Well, it could hurt, but worth the risk.
I think that's a decent idea.
Yeah. Okay. If he wants to buy our cart, we'll go sell it to him ourselves.
Yeah.
Very well. In which case, I think we'll have a short little breaklet. And be back in 5 to 10. Guys, thank you so much. Really fun. I was worried this would be a shopping episode, and we have avoided that. Great.
Shopping episodes suck. I avoid them.
I don't mind them. It's just not for streaming. So we will go for a quick break and be back in 5 to 10. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Avast, ahoy, and g'day, mateys. We'd be back for more Humblewood, Strumblewood, Barovia shenanigans. Call it what you will. We are back.
Indeed.
Whee! So the gang have given me a shopping list, which is what took us a little minute, because we don't want to do it live, but we will do it. So, Smoothie acquires through the services of Erwin Martikov a 500 gold piece diamond, a 1,000 gold piece scrying focus, 1,000 gold pieces of diamond dust, 200 gold pieces the components for clairvoyance, and 250 for the 250 gold pieces worth of incense, which is a fair amount of incense. So all of that comes to just shy of $3,000 with the 10% discount. That is difficult math, but it comes to, let's call it around 2,650 gold pieces. And Erwin basically takes that much worth of stuff off you for the trade and brings back in under an hour that which you have gone looking for. He also says the Baron has said, the Baron's stable master has said that he is in the market for a new carriage. He may be interested. You have a good chance. I can do it. I can organize the sale myself, or you can. I believe you were interested in possibly going and visiting.
We thought it might be a good idea to just scope the place out. Always good to know things. Never know what might be useful.
Exactly. Yes. If you have need of, consider not this is not the repayment of the favor that my family owes you. This is simply a business transaction, and one that I have, I'll be honest, slightly benefited from. So, everyone here is happy. Palms are creased. You have what you require. You have for a decent discount. I have a little bit of change on the side, and everybody is happy and groovy. So, what I am offering to help you with, if you have something you are needing to find, an item, a person, something. If you were in need, say, for the sake of argument, a spy, my family and our friends will be able to assist. Make a request of us, and we will do what we can.
Good to know, mate.
Very good to know. Thank you.
Hey, Omi.
Jack cannot remember the name. Smoothie would.
Uh-huh.
The name of the vampire. The very first one.
Oh, sure.
That killed him.
Yep. Yes. Josh cannot remember either, but yes.
Ah, the one that killed,
Yes.
Started with a K, I think.
Who was a dick? Ruffles?
The
No,
one that
Ruffles
Ruffles
is
is working with. Yeah.
Sorry, not Ruffles. The other one.
Him?
Him. No.
No, him was the good guy.
Him? No,
Him
as
was
in,
a sin.
Him didn't.
him was
Wasn't killed. He was the guy who killed Biggin.
Yeah. I had that written down as well.
It's. I can go back in the episodes and find it. Yeah,
it's
him.
not important.
Yeah.
Name
If you're looking
exchanged.
to find him, yes, that guy, he would be. That one, Erwin would say, "Do not waste your favor on that one. Seek him out at Castle Ray." The one who delivered Selenox to the abbot. Yes, that guy.
Okay. We'll keep it in mind then.
Of course. Vallaki is conveniently positioned right in the middle of. So the next time you are through here, if you have a request to make, feel no complaint. Your new carriage is waiting outside. A small hay cart, suitable to be pulled by a single horse.
Thunder.
Yeah. Nowhere near as flashy, significantly more durable, quite a bit more uncomfortable. But worth a sum total like 50 gold pieces, which is why which he accounted for in the. So you have left.
1450.
Yeah. No, 1650, I think. 26 minus.
If it was
1650.
1650.
1600.
Okay.
Yeah. 1600 and a new cart. Though 750 of that is in the carriage itself. Is the chariot itself.
Yeah, we need to sell that. Yep. Okay. Cool. Let's go.
All right.
Very well. You head on over to the Baron's home. The Baron is a Terran. The Burgermeister's mansion is quite a fancy place. The mansion has walls of plaster stone that display the many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. You are at least familiar a little bit with the insides of this building because you've seen it in miniature in the toy maker's shop. So you actually have a vague idea of the inside layout. If you want to have a good idea of the inside layout, you can make a history check, but you don't have to.
I wouldn't have that history. Or do you mean from remembering the dollhouse?
From the dollhouse, yes. Helvig, I believe.
Like a history check?
I believe Helvig showed all of you. It was Helvig who found it, but yeah.
Oh, can't remember shit.
Like, you remember, but...
Don't think I would do a history check, but I do want to cast Commune.
Ooh. What is Commune when it's at home? For someone who's never played a cleric.
What's the question? I'm sorry?
What is Commune?
You contact your deity or a divine proxy and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no.
Ooh.
You must ask your questions before the spell ends. You receive a correct answer for each question. Divine beings aren't necessarily omniscient, so you might receive unclear as an answer if a question pertains to information that lies beyond the deity's knowledge. In a case where a one-word answer could be misleading or contrary to the deity's interest, the GM might offer a short phrase as an answer instead.
Very well.
So he will say...
What does it look like when he casts this?
Oh, boy.
I feel like this is a prayer situation.
Yeah. He would probably have, though it's not the same, taken a little, like, wooden disc similar to what he was using those spell slots for in the beginning, and just kind of trace it along his fingers. And I'm imagining, like, a Ouija board.
Okay.
So, like, you know, like, along the symbol of the disc, like, he can drag my finger to different corners to kind of prove the point.
Interesting.
On the Titan symbol.
Very well.
Oh, actually, you know what? There's 3 stars in the Titan symbol. So yes, no, unclear.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Planned. It's all scripted, folks. Nothing's real. Okay. Okay. Is the barrel we're looking for in this man's home?
Your finger drifts towards...
Okay. Can the Baron be trusted?
Your finger... Well, actually, no, it drifts more towards the middle. But doesn't make it all the way there.
Interesting. So it could go either way, is the vibe.
The vibe is probably not. Depends about what.
Okay, right. Yeah, it's in the middle between unclear and no.
It's between unclear and no.
Selfish is the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And
he probably feels like, given your interests, no.
Yeah. Okay.
But you could trust him within certain reason.
Gotcha. That's interesting. And then finally...
Oh no, you straight up cannot trust any attractive people. That's why I find everybody on this stream deeply distrustful.
Finally, the answer will be... Sorry, the last question will simply be... Is it in the Wizard of Wines? The barrel.
That one, you get an unclear. With a sense of apology.
Okay.
It's literally a sorry, I don't know. He does know that it's not in the Baron's house, but he doesn't know where it is.
That means that the wizard is probably protected. Is probably the vibe. Because if he's certain it's not there, then therefore the Wizard of Wines is probably protected from divination like Baba was.
Yeah.
Is the impression I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
I will just say out loud, well, depending on your point of view, I have good news. The Baron is probably someone we want to treat with caution, in case we weren't going to do that already. As in, let's assume that the less we tell him about why we're here, the better.
Oh, I always assume that, Smoothie.
Anyone who makes people do this with their face all day is not to be trusted.
You mean smile?
The thing is, he did it in defiance of Strahd, so I don't know. Everyone's a different shade of messed up in this place.
Very well.
Right.
You make your way to the Burgomaster's mansion. It is a fairly dilapidated old place. The curtains are drawn, and it has quite extensive grounds, all of which are well tended but not healthy. Yeah.
I was going to say, just before we get there, I think we should pit stop to zhuzh up the cart, rub the soot off,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm going to say to the folks, I'm going to be like, so do you guys want me to do the talking? I am the best liar.
Yeah, please do.
Good.
Will do.
On the way up the hill as well, I'm gonna like nudge Smoothie and be like, see, did you see that before? He was talking about something, didn't want to talk about, didn't want to lie, change the topic.
Please say it louder. Thank you.
I said it just
Cool. You get there. You are met at the gate by a sort of a haggard Vulpin man, who he's quite bowed in the shoulder. He clearly once was quite powerfully built, but it has very much turned to seed. And he greets you and says, "Ah, yes, you the Martikov man. He was talking about friends who had a garage for sale. This is, oh, yes? The master is very beautiful. The master, no, not the master. This is very beautiful. The master is handsome,
I've got crush
man,
on master.
The master is very
Maybe he
handsome,
will
man.
accept
Very,
me.
he will look, and his wife beautiful as well. They will look great, perhaps.
Let me into orgy, yes.
Yes. Can you make me
Yes.
perception checks, please?
Yes.
With sight.
Yes.
14.
18.
Hey. Trish and Smoothie, as you make your way up the gravel driveway it's white gravel. Though there are weeds sticking up every now and again. It's just sort of, this place would have been really pretty 5 years ago. And it just sort of, or it's either somewhere that would have been really pretty 5 years ago, or and hasn't been looked after at all in 5 years, or it is somewhere that has been looked after a bit for a decade or two and has just slowly declined, and it's probably the second option. He leads you up, and as you heading up, you see an attractive Terran woman with a passing familial resemblance to the local preacher in the upstairs window looking out. The curtains are not drawn. She has closed them back behind herself, and she is watching you as you arrive. The Vulpin leads you up towards the house and knocks on the door with his staff, and a very floofed up hedge opens the door and says, "Yes? What do you want, Vasily?" And Vasily, the old Vulpin, says, "The master, he is wanting to see perhaps this Beautiful new chariots. He wished new conveyance. And Propoi heads inside and comes back with the master. The master is a he wears a long red robe, richly embroidered with gold, sort of around, like gold thread in the around the wrists, and there is a sort of hexagonal pattern on his robe. His fur is grey, but it doesn't appear from age. It is more that he has grey fur. He has a grey Terran, and he has quite fierce orange eyes, and he comes out beaming at you, and he says, "Hello, hello, lovely people. Ah, it is good to see such wonderful, happy people in my town. So you have a present for me, yes?"
Good afternoon, Baron. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Patricia Cape, and we would love to make a deal with you to sell you this carriage.
Ah, it's for sale. I apologize, I did not fully understand. Very well, Patricia. Very pleased to meet you. Quickly rolls. Yep, fine. He doesn't appear to have noticed your deception regarding your name, unless that is Trish's real name.
It could be. It could be.
Trish, okay. I love it. That's very good as well. He says, well, let me see this fine conveyance you have brought me. And he grandiosely sort of sweeps down the stairs toward it. Named after Granny Cape, but yeah. And begins to inspect it.
Dr. Granny Caper Granny.
He also sort of looks Smoothie up and down and says, "Good day, young man. Whose is this? Who am I purchasing from?"
Yes. My name, of course, is Patricia Caper, and these are my associates. We work in restoring artifacts to former glory, and this is one of our first endeavors. It's a new business adventure we're embarking on here. We discovered this poor, run-down masterpiece in an old abandoned temple, and when I saw it, I thought, I must fix her. She needs to be saved and given to an appropriate owner who will appreciate her beauty. So we took her back to the workshop, and my good friend Selenox worked on the gold filigree tirelessly. You can see the gold leaf under her talons today if you look close enough. And of course...
Indeed he does. He whips out a magnifying glass and goes, "Ah, yes, of course. I can see." He literally takes your hand. Selenox, he may also notice that you have 6 fingers.
No, I definitely put the other one behind my...
You have 6 fingers on both hands.
It helps with the craft. It's a gift. Yeah. And my good friend Smoothie is somewhat of an engineer. He really made sure that the structural integrity was intact, so it is as sound as it is beautiful.
Yes.
I can see. Smoothie, is it? You have done fine work. He stands up on it and feels the suspension and goes, and bounces in it a little bit. And he goes, "Yes, very good, very fine work. This makes me so happy. My wife and I will enjoy this greatly. So, Patricia, this is the real question. What is your asking price?"
Aside, what were we hoping to get for it?
$750 is roughly what it's worth.
I would be willing to part with this beautiful, beautiful chariot for as little as 2,200 gold pieces.
Hilarious.
Jesus Christ, Trish.
Aim high, get the middle, baby.
He's gonna haggle me
He's
down.
not going to start at 0, though.
Don't be.
And he says, I see. My dear. I am the master of the happiest village in all of Barovia, and suddenly I am not the master of the richest. were I to present this as a gift for our Lord, then of course I would consider, but my goodness, I am afraid I could not possibly afford such a beautiful thing. Are you sure there is perhaps not a slightly lower price you could be convinced of? You are starting a new venture. Perhaps if I was to offer you premises in Vallaki to start out with, we may be able to come to some arrangement. Many people will see me riding this beautiful artifact. Perhaps if I was to, I could offer no more than 500 gold pieces. Which I believe it would more than compensate you for your time and work, particularly as you acquired the thing itself for nothing by the sound of your story.
What a dick.
500 gold pieces is literally several lifetimes worth of wage.
Oh, Jack.
Like,
it's not what it's worth.
I think
you are straight up asking.
I was only trying to go a little higher. I think I added a 0 in my brain. It's
Yeah.
fine. We're rolling with it.
You are straight up asking for like $10 million.
It's fine. It's fine. Trish doesn't know the exchange rate. It's okay.
Can actually
I must-
Smoothie add something? He might just say, if you don't mind me asking, you said that it was a useful thing for your lord, as in you would think that it would be a suitable gift for him.
I had no such thought. I was merely looking to buy for myself. If I was going to present a gift to Lord Strahd, then...
So you're in agreement that it would be befitting him.
The man rarely rides.
I don't disagree with the premise, sir.
But it is a fine
I'm just hearing
artifact.
what you said, that it's befitting of the Lord Strahd, correct?
If you sought a fine patron, you could do little better.
You know, I sense that you have a great appreciation for the finer things in life, and that makes me so happy to see. So happy, in fact, that I am willing to budge a little bit on this price, just for the joy of seeing you ride in this carriage. I would be willing to part with it for 500.
You're really
That's the
bad.
price you said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I
really
think
bad at this.
That's not how haggling works, Patricia.
You
Yeah,
say you
like-
go, go really high, then they offer low, then you offer the middle.
My associate is
The middle.
trying
Oh,
to
I got confused
say.
about the numbers. I got confused. Okay, I'm gonna say.
I really
would
want
be-
to go to a market with you at some point.
No.
This
hang
is
on,
Rachel, not Trish. Trish,
I know.
you're good at this, okay?
Listen, hey,
I got confused.
you've sold yourself. Here, take my entire wallet.
You're right. It's not worth 5 times what you just offered. Here, have it. No, I don't even want it anymore. It's free. It's yours. Here's my coat.
It offends me.
Have everything. Have my bed.
Oh.
Sorry, Rachel. Carry on.
I think I would be willing to part with this for 850.
800.
Well, now I reckon that was a big drop in price there. That sounds like a right bargain.
I am feeling very generous today.
Befitting of our
Lucky
Lord, you
she's
said so
the boss.
yourself.
Very well. Well, 850. This is your final offer. I am...
Final offer.
It is a very handsome item. Oh, allow me just a moment. And he looks up at Lydia, his wife. And he raises an eyebrow very obviously. She's a Terran. She has overheard this entire business. And she gives him a single... just a gentle nod. We have been raided by Meeples and Dragons, you bloody champions. What were you guys
Hey,
doing?
everybody.
My guess is Baldur's Gate. I could be wrong.
The man might be the head, but the woman is the neck. And she can turn the head any way she wants.
Yep. Goes was PG3. Hey, John, how are you, my friend? Guys, thank you so much for bringing all your wonderful peeps here, peoples and dragons. Guys, you should, if you want to go and have some excellent... if you're looking for some excellent D&D content that's not here, you can check out Meeples and Dragons. The shout-out is up in chat because Kate is on it. Guys, thank you so much for bringing your lovely folks. We are currently back in Vallaki, the happy, happy place, talking to the Baron, trying to sell him a fancy carriage, and it's going very, very well. And he says... Will you be setting up your business here in Vallaki as well? I can offer you premises right on the main street, across from the stocks.
The problem is, sir, we tend to have to wander to find the relics that are required.
I see. But then when you bring them back, you need a workshop of some sort, presumably. I could put you right in next to the stocks, then you have a captive audience.
Oh.
Can I insight check how... is he, like, desperate to have business? Or is he, like...
Yeah, insight.
Yeah, insight. I want to know his intentions.
His driving motivation here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Trish.
13.
He seems just... He's trying to, like... He acknowledges that it's probably worth 2,000 gold pieces. If you did to it what you said you did... and it probably is not, like, your price wasn't a bad one. It was just a bit more than he could stomach. So he is just he's doing the offering a performer exposure thing. And there's like, but he's offering you money and exposure bucks, as a sort of make up the difference thing. And he's just like, I could hook you up. I could hook you up. Don't you hate it? Yeah, it's a horrible idea. But he's trying to offer you as many things to sweeten the deal as possible because he's about to offer you a slightly lower price than your final offer.
Yeah.
He would say, like, I can offer you free rent in a prime location on the main street just across from the stocks for a whole year if you can drop it by 50 gold. Call it 800 and a full year, prime frontage, good real estate.
You know what? I simply can't say no to you.
Oh.
You have a deal.
Very fine of you, very fine. What is the business name? I will send the lapidary around immediately.
Wait,
The business name is Patricia's Procurements, and your patronage is sure to help give us a boost. Thank you very much.
You can hear in the background Smoothie having a slight, like, dry mouth attack where he's just going...
Who is killing a cat over there?
It's not that obnoxious.
It is
very much...
He's an odd boy, but he does great work.
You get used to it.
So you have now got premises in Vallaki.
Fantastic! That's
That place
exactly
where we
wanted premises.
absolutely
And
don't
50
wanna
gold
be.
more than you were looking for, so that's some really good bargaining, Trish. Well done.
Thank you. I'm great at it.
Patricia's
Like I'm on
procurements.
acid. What just happened?
His steward, the puffed up hedge, comes out and gives you a bag of 800 gold pieces. It's a fairly large bag. And now all you have is a small coffin fit for a child. And it's very fancy.
I forgot about the fucking coffin.
I thought that was included in the stuff that we sold to the other guy.
Look, it could probably have been included in what you got rid of through Owen.
We don't want it, Josh. We don't want it.
Why not? Why ever not?
You're right. I might need to kill
You
a
know
child.
who in Vallaki would probably have to purchase it because it's the only person who does any burying of people.
Who?
Henrik. You could always go and sell it to him directly if you want. I'm sure he'd love to see you again.
Respectfully, no.
Right, we're out of here.
Yeah.
Yes, let's leave.
Okay,
Off you
let's
head.
leave before
Head you
Trish
off.
sells our souls.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, you have. Did Selenox want to make that purchase of the armor?
Yeah, Can we say that she left her armor there so that it could get worked on while they
Yeah.
were doing this?
Yeah. So,
Thanks.
1,000 gold pieces later, you guys have about 500 gold. Let's call it 500 even. After this whole adventure, 500 gold pieces, a new cart, one that isn't quite as fancy, and Selenox has armor that doesn't squeak when she moves.
Stealthy!
It's really just been oiled really, really well. It has added padding. It's also a little warmer.
Yeah, I mean, they better do more than just oil it for 1,000 gold pieces.
No,
Fuck.
it has been significantly worked. The plates have been made thinner but also reinforced so that they are just as strong but thinner. So it is lighter. It moves significantly better. They have moved a couple of the buckles and straps so that they don't just rub against each other. And everything has been lined in wool. So it moves like silk across you. It is slightly lighter, so it's actually quite pleasant to wear. So there you are. A fun day was had in Vallaki, and you head on off just as the sun is not setting because it never really rises in Barovia, but you head on out. You would probably, if you are wanting to get a bit of distance between yourself and the village before you rest so you can not smile during the evening, you get about 2 hours out of Vallaki before you have a long rest. Is that all right? No, Trish wants to not.
Trish needs to do a murder today. So I need to stay where the people are.
Is there anyone suspicious on the way out of town?
Well, don't you worry, Trish. Omi has you covered.
Okay. Good.
Trish is probably freaking the fuck out. She's like, I haven't killed anybody, but I haven't met anybody. I mean,
to
there
be
was a
honest,
baron.
she
There was a perfectly
wanted-
serviceable
I
baron.
know. The reason she wanted to sell it in person is mostly because she was hoping he'd start a fight.
No.
But he didn't start a fight.
He was actually really nice. Yeah. Insane,
How
but really
hot was
nice.
he? I forgot to
Hey.
ask, how hot?
Or 7.
That's
Lydia's-
that's right on the line.
Lydia's an 8.
Lydia's
Yeah, that
suspicious
tracks.
the Baron's
That
fine.
tracks. Yeah.
Good to know.
Maybe a 6.5. Like, yeah, he's not that good looking. He's
Okay,
like, he's
okay,
all right.
fine.
He does
Fine.
okay.
Better than average.
You know, he shaves. He puts on a nice clean suit in the morning. He does okay.
Okay.
But not
I feel like the
suspiciously.
vibrant orange eyes are doing a lot of heavy lifting
Oh
for
yeah.
him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
Yeah, Omi, that's what we're talking about. He got created this afternoon. So
Good.
Trish is like, yeah, not
scurvy.
in a good place. Not in a good place. And what is the watch order in the evening? Like, in what order do you guys sleep? Soot does stand a watch, if you want.
I'd take first watch, I think.
Okay. All three of you are
Alright.
pretty good in the dark, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd probably
Um,
take the last one because it's like
yeah.
the closest to the moon.
So Trish, having difficulty to sleep anyway, is on the middle watch. Cool. So, Trish, the middle watch comes, and you straight up haven't killed anybody in 3 days, and it's getting really, and Soot can tell that you are anxious, and he sort of perks up and looks at you as Soot, and you're like, you okay?
Look, there's something I need to do. It won't take long. Would you mind keeping the watch? I just need to. I need to go for a walk, and I'll be back very soon. I promise.
Soot says, what? Soot goes, okay. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Perception. $15.
Trish. Soot is looking at something quite specific. He's not looking at you, he's looking over your shoulder, and he says, Soot. And you hear behind you in his head. Like he's saying behind you.
I turn quickly.
And leaping out of the bushes is a grizzled-looking Mapatch, who was just about to jump you from behind. He is brandishing a scimitar in one hand and a dagger in the other, and yeah, he is. He says, "Damn fucking dragon." And he says, "Now, lady, now, that's all right. Everything's fine here. It's been noted that you have a little bit of extra coin on you. I'm not looking to take all of it. Just a little, Share the wealth. There's some hungry people in Vallaki, despite all that smiling that everyone's... We're just looking for our fair share, and no one needs to get hurt. You've been absolutely fine, as I am aware of it. Your fair's got plenty of gems. Just a couple of whole gold pieces. That'll be plenty, couple hundred. Fine. Nice and slow, my dear. Nice and slow."
Trish is gonna reach into her cloak, looking sort of timid and afraid.
Deception check, please.
Deception. 14.
Okay. You do that. He is quite awake.
I might use my inspiration to roll that one again, actually.
You think that might be a good idea, actually?
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that with my inspo.
Mr. Blood, no, he is not hot.
15. Oh, it's not much better.
It's a little bit better. A little bit better. That is actually enough. Just. I rolled a 14 and he has a +0.
Good. So Trish is gonna reach into her cloak and say, "Look, we don't want any trouble. I just want to get where I'm going safely. And, I'm really sympathetic to that argument you made. Honestly, I am. But unfortunately for you, 9. I've been cursed. Stab."
Then we are initiating a combat here, I think. You do not get a sneak attack round. He is very fucking aware of you. And you didn't deceive him that well. It was the way you said, but unfortunately for you, he was like, right, okay, I think I see where this is going. But
God damn it! Oh, let's be dramatic, Josh!
Oh, it was good. I enjoyed it. So
Thank you.
This is Omi's bought NPC that he bought a while ago for when Trish needed a freebie.
Thanks, buddy.
Give me that blood. This is a character that Omi requested Karen make, Sander Rudd, a grizzled Mapatch with a bad habit of spitting on the ground. And Sander Rudd is a fairly chunky Mapatch, and he looks up to the trees and says, "Keep the others pinned." And you realize, Trish, he has an associate.
Oh shit! Fuck!
Trish, looking up into the tree, you can see a second Mapatch, significantly younger looking, maybe a teenager, with a bow. And he is aiming at the other two, who are asleep, though I imagine Trish just woke them up with the phrase, unfortunately for you, I'm cursed, or whatever it was you said. Did you say it loudly, or did you whisper it? He was whispering.
I was whispering, but as soon as I see the second person, I'm gonna be like,
"Ha ha!
Game's on!"
Right.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna really wake up immediately like that because I'm drunk as shit. That's the only way I can sleep.
Very well. Smoothie is drunk as shit, so let us say you have a level of exhaustion functionally, Smoothie. Selenox, on the other hand...
Even though I'm asleep?
No, as in functionally. You're not it's like it would have the same effect, being drunk as opposed to being a level of exhaustion.
Okay, right. What I'm saying is I wouldn't wake up straight away, but yes.
Okay,
eventually.
sure. But even when you did, if you're drunk, then you are disadvantaged on stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So Selenox, you may roll an initiative, and as may Smoothie, but Smoothie will do so with disadvantage. Trish, initiative me.
All right.
Selenox got a 5. That kind of makes sense.
12.
I'm still fluffing.
I got a 17 and an 18, and Smoothie gets a 17 with disadvantage.
But I'm gonna wait for a round or 3. Yeah.
Yep, fair enough. 17 with disadvantage is crazy. Alrighty, so it is them, then Smoothie, then Trish, then Selenox. So them.
That was Selenox, just for the record.
Trish, Smoothie, Trish, Selenox. Cool. He is going to lash out to you. He says, like, "Oh, you're cursed, all right, my dear. I'll be taking that coin from you now." And he is going to slash out at you. He makes 2 attacks with his scimitar, trying to slash away at your chest. A 24 and a 23.
Oof. They're both going to hit, but I'm going to uncanny dodge the first one.
Very well. The first one is a pair of max damage actually. So the first one is 4, and the second is 9. You don't half. I've halved it already. So total 13 damage to Trish.
All right. Okay.
And then he comes in like he is slashing away at the air. It is big, well telegraphed. He has some skill, but he is not a trained fighter by any chance. He is a bandit and thug more than he is a warrior, Trish. You can determine that from his skill immediately. And then in his offhand, he just slides up behind you his dagger into your kidney. However, a 12 probably doesn't hit.
No.
Very well. Then it is his associate's turn, and the associate is going to jump down out of the tree and put the arrow like right in Selenox's face as Selenox is stirring, basically saying like, "Stay down. This doesn't need to be like this." But he does not attack. Smoothie is struggling to awake. Yeah. Soot actually flutters over to Smoothie and so like, Smoothie, Soot! Like just pushing his, like, you know how actually cats don't do it, it's rabbits. Rabbits sort of push things around with their front paws. Most people don't know that one. That's not a helpful thing. And
I'm
then
picturing there's like a video of like a guy who's pranking his mate with like a laser pointer and the husky's going pushing down. Fantastic.
Similar to that. He's like, come on. Then it's Trish's turn. Trish, this guy just slashed at you a bunch.
I'm gonna slash back. But first I'm gonna get a little bit cranky about it, I think.
You're going to enter a barbarian rage?
I think I might. I don't like being snuck up on.
Valid. All right. Do you want to roll a d20?
Oh, that's right. I gotta do that. What's a 3 get me? What's a 3 get me?
I don't know.
Hang on. Who pulls it up faster? Okay.
I mean, I say that. I don't. Of course, it's Cove Homebrew. You can feel free to open that file whenever you like. Thank you. The Wild Magic Surge table. Or is it just... Yeah, that one.
I beat you to it. You teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect again on each of your turns as a bonus action. I can teleport!
Nice. Oh my god. What do you do with this? I know what I want you to do with this. Yes, good. Yes.
Directly behind him!
You're like, disappears. He's like, don't you turn invisible on me! And then you stab him in the back.
I think I do that. I think I do the sinister slit the throat from behind.
Holy shit. Alright. So this is definitely sneak attack. I will give you advantage on the attack.
Thank you. I'm still using dagger. Boom.
Dagger!
With advantage. So that's a 25?
25. Yep. And
Or
the sneak?
26.
Or 26. Well, yes. Look, you hit. That was never the
Good.
hard part. How much damage do you do? 7.
7
From the
and
minimum.
a sneak.
Plus 8. Oof, a bit low. Never mind. So that is a total of 15 damage for your first attack. Do you have another dagger on you? I imagine Trish has loads of daggers, doesn't she?
I think I have like a regular type of dagger. I'm
Yeah.
probably not holding my.
You can you don't have your lance on you. I wouldn't.
My lance is not on me.
But your other regular dagger, if you want to do an offhand,
Yep,
try
I will
to do to
that.
him what he did to you with the kidney strike.
Yeah, why not? Get right
Love
up
it.
in them ribs. 22.
It's a 21 because it's not a +1 dagger, but yes.
Oh, sure, yes, 21.
Very nice. Swashbucklers, baby! Exactly.
9.
Teleporting swashbucklers as well. For 8, there's not a +1, but yes. a further 8 to that.
Oh, right. 8.
Total of 23 damage on this guy. He is basically you slash across, and at the last minute he manages to move his neck, but he's like as you open a nasty gash across his chest, and then you punch your dagger into the soft bits above his love handles, and he goes and he spins trying to slash at you. Selenox, it's your turn.
So the guy who jumped on me is younger,
not-
right?
On you. He is standing over you with his arrows aiming down. Soft gap. It is the soft gap.
They're younger though, you said,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Teenager.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So Selenox is gonna like kinda as she wakes up, she's gonna look up and then try and like kind of launch herself. But she's just gonna do an unarmed attack.
Yep.
So she's gonna like grab an arm, jump
Yep.
up, and like go for the face
Love
to
it.
just like
You sort of awaken. The first thing you see is this kid looking down at you. You may, with disadvantage, because it is like fucking what, make a perception check.
three.
No, that's fine. You don't. There is a teenage Mapatch looking. They look nervous. He looks nervous, and very on edge. And the arrow on the arm is firm. And you leap up at him. As you do so, make me a deception check to, I suppose, because he is holding his action.
18.
Yeah, you managed to disguise what you were intending to do well enough that he does not get his shot off.
So, 20 to hit
20?
with my talons.
To sort of to grapple, really. Is that what you're looking
Yeah,
to
well,
do? Or...
when I attack with my talons, I can grapple with a bonus action.
Oh, sure.
So I'm gonna hit him.
Yep.
But I'm not like
So,
not with
yeah.
a weapon. I'm gonna hit him and then I'm gonna grapple him as my bonus action.
love it. Cool. You do that. Don't roll me some damage.
So the damage is 7.
This is non-lethal?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. You do 7 damage to him, and then you grapple him with a bonus action.
Yeah.
That is a hit, and so yeah, you leap up and bat his arrow aside, which he does let fly, just not in time. And yeah, you sort of just wrap this kid around your arms around this kid and box him in the side of the head, is what I imagine. It's more sort of a grapple and then stop it than the other way around. Is that about right?
Yeah. And then I technically do have a second attack.
You may if you like.
But before she makes her second attack, she's gonna like kind of squeeze the grapple and be like, yield.
The voice which was before quite seriously, don't make me. All of this is now quite high and goes, okay, I yield, yes.
Goes what?
Okay, I yield, yes.
Good choice. And then I don't hit him.
Cool.
I'm just gonna hold him.
Yep, Cool. We go back to the villain who swings around, slashing at Trish, and is going to once again attempt to attack. The first one, however, goes wide, but I'm going to assume a 22 does hit.
It will, but I'm gonna dodge it.
You do. It still does. This modifier. It still does 8, which is half to 4.
Fair enough.
And then halved again because you're raging now, so 2. And then the dagger comes out and for another try of complete crit fail. And it's Smoothie still on the ground. Soot!
Yep.
And then you actually feel him sort of soot. It's like, actually, don't worry about it. You sleep. It looks like the guys have got this actually. Trish, do you teleport behind him again?
Yeah, I'm gonna teleport behind him again because that's great.
God damn it!
I'm gonna stab him in the other set of ribs, I think, with my fancy dagger.
Yep.
14.
Ooh, no, I don't think so.
Dang. All right. And
no,
I'm gonna go
actually,
again.
what happens is he manages to get his parrying dagger around and just flicks your dagger out from the way. It was like, not so fast. I know your tricks.
You
Go
know
again.
some of them. And then I'm gonna go for like the thigh. Just stab with my other one. For 15.
Also, manages to avoid it. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Apparently you have a D4, Rach, according to
You
Bishop
do
Bob.
have a D4.
Do I? Screw it. Let's add a D4 to this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Roll a 2. A 3! There we go. Yes, you do beat his DC.
Superb.
Move that D4 then. Well done. Yes, great. For 7 plus the sneak.
Plus the sneak. Sneak. 10 on the
10.
sneak.
A little bit better. 17 brings it to a total of 40 damage dealt to him. And he just grits his teeth through it as you just plant your offhand dagger in his thigh. And I'm imagining twist it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a twist. I'm definitely twisting.
Now, I noticed that you are not in any way interested in giving this guy leniency. He has to die, right? So, yeah, cool. Selenox, just for speed, do you involve yourself further, or are you just grappling this kid?
I was gonna throw a dagger at the other guy,
Hell yeah.
but
Okay.
from where I am,
Sure.
but I'm gonna do it I kind of know that I'm gonna do it like for a leg or something, just to like.
Yeah, a non-lethal way so that Trish can definitely get the final blow in, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Noted. Throw that dagger. Do not crit.
25 to hit.
Does in fact hit. This guy's back is to you because he is very much trying. He's like circling, looking for Trish. I'm imagining Trish is like blinking in and out, like teleporting all around him, just like slashing at him, and he's just turning around, and then he manages to catch you looking at you, and then a dagger hits him in the back. He's like, what the fuck? She's here! Oh, god damn it! Make me that damage roll.
8.
Oh, all of these ones on the damage rolls. And 8 points of damage. Thank you very much. Nicely done.
And then Selenox, after she throws that, she's going to be like, you got this! And then just like get out her flask instead of doing her second attack.
I love it. The kid in your arms goes, Sander! Like just in worry, basically. And he says, please, let him go. He doesn't, Sander, stop. And Sander responds, Christoph, I don't think this bitch is gonna let me. And he's gonna keep attacking Trish. But fails all 3 hits. Trish is just blinking in and out and around. Trish, it's your turn.
Where are we? Are we like in some foresty type area?
Yeah, lightly forested. The road is
Yeah.
nearby, but you've pulled off the road to have a rest.
He was hiding in trees. That's fair.
Yeah.
You've seen the X-Men movies. Will you let me grab and blamf? Like, grab him and blamf him somewhere else.
Yes.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, in this one instance, yes. Normally,
In this
no,
one
but yes.
instance? Good.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
can't take
grab
people
him.
with you normally, but yes.
No. Thank you for making an exception. I'm gonna grab
Given
him.
what I think you're planning on doing, I fucking love it, yes.
Thank you. There are 2 things I could be planning, and I'm not sure which one you think it is. I want to try and get out of sight.
Yeah.
I want to go into the woods more.
Yeah.
So can I do that with 30 feet? 30 feet into the woods
Sure.
with this man.
You can get obscured
Good.
with 30
That's
feet.
what I want to do.
Yeah. You don't want the kid to see.
Yeah.
Selenox is gonna raise her wing as well.
Bishop says, this is what I thought, Bishop. And then I was like, no, wait, Trish is just being a good person. Yeah, if the ground kills him, it doesn't count. Yeah, that's Barovia's kill. No.
As fun as that would be, there's
No.
not the time for that one.
No, I was just like, are you going to jump 30 feet up? That's dope. No.
It would be dope, but I'm not doing that right now. Maybe next
gravity.
time.
Gravity doesn't get the kill. Hey, Shanahos, it's good to see you, by the way. Long time, buddy. Gravity kill. Yeah. So, Trish, you teleport into the woods, and he goes with you, and he's like... The jump takes a little longer. Normally it's instantaneous. This one, it feels like you hang in a cold void for a couple of seconds, like the icy chill of space. And yeah, when you pop back out, there is icicles on both of your fur as you reappear, and you make a melee attack.
Yep, I'm gonna stab. I didn't like that one bit. Oh,
That's a crit.
that's a crit, baby.
Trish, how do you... I mean, let's roll it. I want to know how much damage you do, but I'm pretty sure. You've been traveling for work, so finally back to watch Twitch. Now I had to stop by. Shanahos, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. 12.
Plus my sneak.
Plus
Is a
your
10.
sneak.
22
Another
damage.
10, 22. You actually double the sneak as well, because it's a crit.
Oh, so fucking
Well,
32.
we max it out, so it's another 18. So 40.
Oh.
Plus a bit more. But yeah, 40 is more than enough. He had 65 hit points. You guys have done 88. So yeah, he Trish, you teleport him. He goes, what the hell? And you crit in the soft gap. And he slowly goes limp in your hands as you lower him to the ground. And the ice sheds from your fur.
Right.
Can I say that the body that Selenox has goes limp, as in falls asleep?
Oh, the person that they're holding, yes. Yep. Very well. Yeah. Christoph is also put magically to sleep. Very well.
I am going to be very worried by that. I think
Yeah.
that I was like holding too hard or something. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, all of a sudden, so Trish disappears. And Selenox and Smoothie, I imagine, Smoothie can't not hear the crashing in the bushes some 30 feet away, as you hear a, what the fuck? However, at almost exactly the same time, Selenox, you feel the body, the young boy in your arm go limp. And not the limp of someone who is pretending to be asleep, someone who is asleep. And then you look over and see Smoothie's eyes are open.
I'm gonna stumble forward and just go. He's got a minute. Can take him somewhere far. And he doesn't know it, but he's covered in the splash from Trish's.
Yep. Trish, your rage is still up if you want to teleport back.
I think I'm gonna walk back.
Okay. The rage fades then.
Mm-hmm. So the kid's asleep
Yep.
For 1 minute.
for a minute. All right.
So move him.
What?
All right, where am I? But how far are we from town?
Couple of hours.
Where do I take him in a minute, mate? He's better off waking up.
He's gonna go back to bed.
Smoothie rolls
Smoothie.
back over.
What?
You want to wake up and help with the situation?
He goes back to sleep.
Right. Well, I don't think moving him somewhere in the next 30 seconds is going to help.
I agree. I think I have an idea. Thanks for your help. Thanks, Selenox. I can take care of this.
You're not going to hurt him, are you?
No. No.
All right. He's probably going to be a bit shit scared of you is all. If you want.
You probably should be.
He attacked you. Shouldn't jump people in the forest. You get killed.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if you want, I can.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I think what Trish is gonna do now is she's just gonna take this kid out of our sleeping area just a little bit further down.
Yep.
And I'm gonna wait till he wakes up.
Trish, make
So-
a perception check.
Oh, okay. Perceiven. 16.
Trish, this is not a boy.
Oh, okay.
Girl, just
Fair enough. Okay.
so you, as soon as you take her from Selenox's hands, you determine that cut her hair and fur in a masculine fashion. She is wearing masculine clothing, but there is. You're a fellow female Mapatch. You can just sort of tell from the way of the build, and you're like, huh. So when her eyes flutter open about 30 seconds from now, she's looking up into the, I imagine, relatively kindly face of a blood-spattered Mapatch.
Mhm.
And there is a gasp.
I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay.
Where's Sander?
Trish ignores that question. She's gonna take. She got some extra money from her haggling, so she's gonna take out a pouch with 50 gold coins in it.
Jesus.
give it-
I was going to give her like 2.
Nah, she's getting 50. I'm giving it to this girl, and I'm gonna say, "This isn't the life you want. Take this and do something, anything else. Okay?"
Her eyes are wide, and she takes it from you, and dead, isn't he?
I'm sorry.
His fault. Don't have.
Don't thank me. Just go, please. Leave.
Does. And I
Okay.
think we'll leave it there. Very, very good. Thank you very much, guys. That was really, really cool. It's a bit heavy, but yeah, that was excellent. So, thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I thank you again, Meeples and Dragons, for your wonderful raid. We are going to do something now that we like to do at the end of our streams, which is what we call our favorite moments. Something we borrowed unapologetically from the dreaded GM, and it's lovely and affirming, and we like it. It's really nice to tell each other how good we did, because we did good. So, guys, who would like to go first? Well, actually, how we do it here on Corsair's Cove is we have someone in chat roll a d4. Tony. Oh, Omi's on it. Omi is on it, and we are talking about Ro first. Selenox, favorite romance, everybody. Tony, if I could get a d3, please, to determine the next one. But first of all, favorite romance. Tony thinks a 2, so that is Trish. That is Rachel. Excellent. Row your moments, exactly. And then a 1. We will be talking about me after that, Bishop Blood. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, so favorite romance, first of all. Let's do them before we talk about everybody else. Favorite Selenox. Thinking she KO'd the kid. Says Omi.
I really liked you bringing back the lying lesson when the guy at the bar was lying. Like, see what he did there? Did you see? That was cute. I loved it.
Yes. I really liked the combat, actually. I really liked the disarming and disabling the kid. I thought that was really cool. That decision, that interesting, like, Selenox wouldn't just kill the kid out of hand. But then getting frustrated with Smoothie was quite interesting. Their review, I can't remember. He was like, "Hey, Smoothie, can you help?" Maybe I think it was Trish.
That was Trish. Yeah.
That was Trish. No, but yeah, Selenox is grabbing the kid, and I mean, if there's an arrow in your face, you would be not outside of your rights to just kill the kid. But yeah, yeah, I really liked, and then throwing the dagger, staying in the fight. That fight scene, Selenox's composure and comportment in the fight scene was. Jack?
Mine was sorry. I it's been a long day.
No, you're
and
good,
I'm
mate.
a little yeah. Tucker is what I had written down. I just like that. Like, he's a good Tucker or something like that. I just thought that was such a cute line. And yeah, I think the this is both a Trish and a Selnox moment, but like the sharing drinks was really cute. So that's my Trish moment as well.
Very well. Favorite self, Ro? Have some nice.
Ooh. I don't remember what I did 5 seconds ago. I enjoyed the interactions with Soot.
Yeah.
At the beginning, particularly with the like trying to like kind of ease him into it. And then having that conversation where we were about to leave. Trying to kind of get him to realize what he was signing up for.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yes. It was a fun scene to have with you. Excellent. Marvelous. Well, yes, Shanahos agrees. Yeah, that was cool. Stopping the second attack and pulling out a drink when Trish had it. Yeah, that was cool. It was like,
Sorry, I had another
you got
one
this,
written
fam.
down, but I couldn't see it. It
Oh,
was
there you go.
Ro voicing, because I wrote chicken scratch. I have teeth tell. It's like, you got to work on your teeth
Oh,
tell.
yeah.
Just like, that's funny as shit.
Yeah.
It was just good phrasing.
Excellent. Alrighty, well, let's talk about Rach then. Favorite Rach moments? Yes. I mean, it's hard to go past that 50 gold pieces at the end.
Yeah.
That little interaction there was really cool. I liked the getting frustrated with Smoothie just before, but that was very, very cool. But that's actually going to be my favorite Jack moment, so we'll get there when we get there. Yeah, I think this, I hated doing that compassion was cool. Don't thank me if you want a specific moment.
The selling things.
That was fun.
It was hilarious.
Yes, the botched haggling is what Bishop Blood read. Yeah.
Look, we got there in the end.
I can be dropped down to
alright?
500. I'm like, what?
I was going like far too high, and then just being like, "Oh, fine, I'll do exactly what you want." I'm like, what? It was very fun. And then in the end, like the whole sequence, I was just going like, and then in the end, finally ending up with like, now we have a rented property with your name on it.
In a place we don't like, the place we least want to
Least
be.
like being.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I enjoyed
Yes.
the whole thing.
I was worried he was going to freak out if I said, I don't want to be here. This place is shit.
Oh, no. You definitely didn't want to turn down his offer.
No.
No.
You don't have to use it. You just have it if you need it.
Yeah. I said sharing drinks, but I'll elaborate. I really like that how the Selenox and Trish thing is developing. They're becoming really quite dependent on each other in a by force, no doubt, from Trish's perspective, like, you know, like co-workers. We're just co-workers. We're not friends. No, but we're, you know, but like it's bleeding a little because you're like, oh, I want
but
to try
she's
your
alright.
drink. Yeah, I know. You're like, despite you can see Trish's like internal conflict because it's like, oh fuck, I'm starting to like this girl. Damn it. It was good. It was a
One
really
more
nice.
person for this curse to kill.
Exactly.
but
That was what
Yeah,
I was saying.
that's what I'm meaning. Yeah. But like,
Yeah.
oh god, I'm actually starting to really appreciate this person. Yeah.
Yes.
Initially, we rubbed each other up the wrong way, but this is starting to become like you basically. It has become clear that Trish feels that Selenox has her back and vice versa. Like this
Yes.
one can be relied upon. Smoothie's handy, but fragile. This one is not.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have a better understanding of her skill set, so I can just be like, you got this.
You break things
Smoothie's
and hurt
magic,
people.
who knows
I
what's
do
going
that. We understand
Handy
each other.
but fragile describes me quite well as well. So.
I wasn't going to say that. You said that. I have my days. Sure. Any other favorite Rachel moments? Wink and his two dummy mummies. Bishop Blood.
Did Rach tell us hers? Did you tell us yours, Rach?
Yeah,
I
favorite self?
didn't. My favorite self is the line, "This isn't the life you want." I liked that bit.
From experience.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, I started off like this and it's not going good.
Yeah, it's not great. Look where I am now. Oh, I straight up murdered a guy because I needed to. But, like, awkward.
Yep.
You should follow my Oh.
You definitely shouldn't. Here's some funky gold. Here's enough gold to live your entire life in a poor way. Like
Literally
if you're
just go and
prepared to
retire, yeah.
breadline, yeah, this is enough.
I also enjoyed the scrounge crafting of the chariot.
Yes.
fun.
Yes. Bishop Blood also says Trish's intros are the best intro. Look, I'm not going to pick
Thank you.
favorites, but it was a very good intro. All three of these have very different styles, and it's kind of fun to see the difference. And Dan was different again, actually, so it's always interesting. All right. Favorite Jack moments, then, I think. That's what we're on
I
to.
think you were next, no?
No, you were
Yeah,
next.
match, fuck.
I really enjoyed the Revenant's reactions to the wine being filled. Like how stoked they were. And I thought it was a really nice tone shifter as well, because we'd obviously like come out and Soot was like, where the fuck is Pierre? And then like so everyone had kind of like gone down a little bit, and then we got back and it was like, oh, we can do this thing. And then the fact that you played the Revenant so stoked about it, like praise Saint Smoothie, it shifted the tone in the scene as well, which was very cool.
Yeah.
Well done.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mine, I have written down Pierre. Quite big.
That was cute.
I adore playing Pierre and Cert because it's
sorry,
a
Cert,
challenge
yeah,
to get that much personality into so few words.
A single word, yeah.
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 But it's fun.
Yeah.
I have two, and I'm gonna say both because I wanna. Number
Okay.
one,
Fuck
number
the
one
rules.
is having Soot help me scrounge craft the cart. That was so cute. I loved it so much. I loved having a little helper. It was adorable. And number two is you corrupting my freebie kill into an emotional, tense moment. How dare you? I was just supposed to be blood and guts, and now I have to like think and stuff. It was beautiful, and I loved it.
Yep. Nothing is free in Barovia. Yeah. Sander Rudd was the bought NPC. Christoph, or Christine, is an orphan who had a bit of a big brother / crush sort of thing with him.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Honestly,
She'll be
when she
okay.
said
It'll be fine.
when she said Sander, I was like, oh, thank God she didn't say Dad.
No, more
I
like
was like, oh.
there was only about like he was grizzled, but he actually wasn't particularly old. He was sort of mid-20s.
Because
Yeah.
a Barovia 20s is like 40.
Yeah, exactly. It ages you quick. Smoothie's actually 37.
What?
I'm 31 years old.
Yeah, my favorite me. I enjoyed that. That the Christoph and Sander thing. I'm so glad I finally got rid of that. That freebie hanging over me. I actually had a rage that I'll throw back at you as well. You were so ready to be anxious and nervous about that kill. I really was curious about what you were gonna do. Were you gonna go when you were saying, "Hey, so I've got to go do something. I'll be back in a couple of hours." Were you gonna go back to Vallaki and just straight up ice somebody?
Yeah,
Kill
I was. I was just gonna see who I saw.
I
do you
regret
do
not letting that play out, but yeah, that is why I jacked that price up, Omi. That's a one-off. I will not allow you to buy specific things for specific purposes again. That was a one-off. It was fun. I like the idea, but there's too much riding on Trish's curse at the moment. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, my favorite me. I did enjoy that. I quite liked. So I had not in any way prepared the Baron. I did not anticipate you talking to him. So he was entirely made up on the spot, and
Wow.
I love it when you guys make me make up shit on the fly. It's always my most fun stuff, and often some of the best stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed the Baron. I like that I now have characterized him, so whenever he becomes relevant again, it's there. But Erwin Mardukov gave, figuring out what to give you from Erwin was fun. I liked being... I think we controlled, and this is a group moment, I think we controlled the tone quite well. It's a fairly low point in the group's morale, narratively, but we didn't... And we played a lot of that some of the time, but then every now and again we had, in terms of a narrative for
Levity.
entertainment purposes,
Yeah.
I think we balanced the tone really, really well. A really good ep for just quality, and I'm very proud of it. Yeah, I hope the audience agrees. The Baron was amazing. Thank you, Shona Hoff. Bishop Blood's favorites are up there. Yeah, I did see him, Bishop Blood. Bishop Blood said Soot and the Baron being super handsy. The Soot sending, yes. Well, actually, that does bring us on to favorite smoothie moments, because I was going to say that, actually, the smoothie sending to Soot or to Pia. I was like, that is a good idea. I had not considered that, because smoothie could actually just straight up send to Helvig, but this is way nicer.
It's also, it felt a bit weird without Dan actually being the voice for it.
Exactly,
So
and I
felt that was a
appreciated
good
that too.
compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it also helped connect Soot, the person who was really worried, about his cousin, to a family member in another plane. It answered the question without having to drag Dan back. So that was lovely. That was really, really good. Well thought out in terms of narrative and also meta. Yeah, nicely done, Jack. Other favorite smoothie moments?
I really enjoyed that you carried through the lying conversation. And so, like, in the beginning, you were talking about this thing you do with your teeth. And then when we were talking to the Baron, and I thought, oh, like, through your teeth. And then you had, like, a full coughing fit because the lies got too much. I was like, I love it. I love the carry through. It's like, yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that as well.
I liked both the use of the spell talking to your god. What was it? Commune?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, commune, yes.
That's a cool spell that I didn't know before, and I thought you used it in a really good strategic way. I also like that you turned it into like a Ouija board situation.
Right.
That's
cool.
very fun. Great way to color that.
Yeah, it's funny what you can make up on the fly, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just like, yeah.
Janahos says Smoothie being drunk to sleep, skipping all the combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Given Janahos, given what's happened to Smoothie, then it completely makes sense, and it's really sad. I would actually rule that you can use sleep on yourself, but I don't think he does. It's
It
not
only lasts for a
concentration,
minute, so
but it'll get you to sleep if you're already tired.
not in my mind. Not
No,
in
no.
that
Fair enough.
what the alcohol does is numb the nightmares.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing.
Smoothie's drinking arc is really interesting since Bishop Blood. He also says, let's not forget everyone's non-stop smiling. Yes. Like, no, I don't want to go back to Vallaki. My face hurts. That's the main reason you can't open a shop in Vallaki. Yeah. Has everyone said favorite Jack? Jack, favorite self?
Well, before I do that, I sent Rachel a message, but I think it's important to do this live on the thing so people know how it works. Hey, Rachel, this was a scene, but are we all good? Everything good?
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely.
well, we know that.
Absolutely.
We know that, but internet, this is what you do. You check in with people after a scene like that just to make sure everything's good, and I'm sure Rachel will tell me in case there's anything I should avoid doing or whatever, etc., ABC. That's the first thing. But, I mean, let's explore that final scene. The really interesting thing for me is I've been thinking about that choice I've decided to make, especially with the never-ending jug. And I'm like, I don't really want this to be annoying, mechanically speaking, because I'm like, if I'm drunk all the time, then it's just irritating, right? You're like, you want your character to be useful, especially in a 3-man party. But this scene was perfect because it was like this perfect amalgamation. I'd already set up all of the cards, and then it worked out in such a way that we got to really kind of explore that. And I think we all did a really good job there. I know this is a me moment, but we all kind of worked really well and had turned this thing that could have been 20 seconds. You find a guy, you kill him, done, great. But instead we turned it into a scene where, you know, there's a lot of questions being asked, and it was really fun. It was really fun to play out Smoothie as someone who, at least when he's drunk, is just kind of unpleasant, and just did not want to deal with it. That was really interesting. I don't want to go on for too long, but I enjoyed that a lot.
I found, to go off that though, yeah, he's an unpleasant drunk, but he put someone to sleep. And you can read that one of two ways. It's either, let's dissolve this situation as quickly as possible so I can go back to sleep, or Trish is straight up about to murder somebody. I don't want this person to have to see that.
Yes, both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though nasty drunk, also compassion.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun thing because it was all he possibly wanted was to be able to get a good night's sleep, and maybe in my headcanon that was like one of the first couple of, like, that's the first time in days that he's actually been able to get a nightmare less one, and then he's got to start again.
Yeah.
And that was a really fun thing to explore. So thank you everyone, but particularly thank you to Rach. That was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
I also kind of like that. That's why he takes the first watch, so he can drink while on watch, and then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Third watch. Yeah.
You took the last one.
Oh, that's the
Because
worst.
then he can. Yeah. Yeah.
Sober up before everyone else wakes up.
Yeah. And also discovering that Mar and Pa are alive. Yes. Mar and Pa
Yes.
Caper are alive. Yes.
Yes.
All of those were good things. Yeah, you could hire the girl to be your shopkeep. No.
Yeah. I love that idea.
Yes. Well, if you're
I
back in
never wanna
Vallaki,
see
you
her
may run
again.
into Christine. Yeah, she doesn't want to see you again either.
No.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, that was glorious and fun. Has everybody said all their favorite things about everybody, and we can go away from here now? Because it is late, and I appreciate the heck out of my players and want to let them sleep. So, we are going to go and drop a raid on somebody. But before we do, guys, who the absolute heck have you been this evening? Ro, my friend. Who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Ro, and despite the name, I have little to nothing to do with boats. I am a Perth-based educator and theatre maker. You can find me here on Monday nights. And ooh, I like there's a new rowing style happening.
Yeah, I'm going for a kayak today.
Yeah, I like it. Or you can see me.
Windsurfing.
Follow me on Instagram at Crowdventurers to see photos of my many travel adventures and photos of my dog Charlie with the 2 large ears.
I love that yours, we've got a whole bunch of hand signals. Yes,
like a
Miss
K-pop band
Rowe.
with like a specific routine.
Yeah. I'm doing a talk for writing routine. Like
Yeah.
that's just.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
boats are my
no.
spirit animal. Yes.
Jack, who the heck are you?
Hey everybody, my name is Jack. You can find me on all the socials and on Twitch at Jack Squarepeg, where we do RPG edutainment. And I'm working on my first YouTube video, which is going to be a review of an adventure I've run a few times as a professional game master. And you can find all that and more. And you can also find me as a game master professionally at www.dungeonmasterforhire.com.au.
Sweet. Rachel, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, my name is Rachel Fukar. I'm a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on various social media at Rachel Fukar, because that handle belongs to me, hands off. You can also find the book that I wrote on various places. It's a sci-fi book. They're trying to get to Mars, things go badly, sabotage. It's fun.
Spoilers.
And if you buy it, sorry. Listen, it's a book. They're trying to get somewhere, and they get there, and it's great. The end.
Wow.
No.
That sounds great.
If
I
you
should read
buy
it.
if you buy it, it would make me very happy. And if you don't buy it, I will teleport directly behind you and drag you into the bushes and end your shit. Just absolutely eviscerate. So if you don't want to go out that way, you better buy my book. That's all I'm saying.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yes. And Mesdames, Monsieur, Dame Unterherren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife, Karen, the mother of bunnies, and all of my splendid friends. We are having a fairly heavy week this week. Tomorrow night, and probably Wednesday night, let's be honest, Karen and I will be back for some more Baldur's Gate 3, because Terrace did that. Terrace did that to me, and now it is part of my life forever. And then on Thursday night, we are back. Jack and I are back for some more Candlekeep Humblewood crossover with Brendan Ellis in the DM seat, Karen, the mother of bunnies, and Ellie B for the summation of our 3-parter adventure with Tali and Gallo, where we head to Marshview and solve the mystery of who killed that one girl 5 years ago. So
much lighter content than this.
Yeah, no content warnings there. There are content warnings. Spousal abuse, among other things.
Something about me. They're just like, hey, Jack, you should do this one.
Yeah, well, hey, look, it's the Cthulhu player in you, I think. Yes, Friday night, we may be back for another community night. It depends on how we are feeling. It's going to be a full week. So, yes, let us head on away from here. We mention always the Ukrainian people. The Ukraine has had a bit of a problem with Russians invading them, really, hasn't it? We all know this. So if you could head on over to the emergencyactionappeal.org.au and chuck a donation over there. If you have any spare pennies in your digital wallet, it would be a bloody cool of you if you did. So bless your hearts if you do, and if you sneeze during this, bless you. We are affiliated with Wooten Forge Gaming Accessories. They create some of the world's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories out of Australian and exotic hardwoods. This is a beautiful Jarrah dice keeper. I've had it for 4 years and it is barely showing any signs of wear and tear at all, and I've been using it pretty much constantly in the... No, it's 3 years, and you know how I know it's 3 years? Because they gave it to me at the very start of Humblewood. It's really, really nice stuff. Head on over to woodenforge.com/Corsair's Cove, and you can check out their beautiful things. And if you purchase anything, we get a cheeky little kickback, you bloody champions. In the next month or so, we will be having International Talk Like Josh the Pirate Day. So hang around for more information about that. We've got all the socials. Those are probably the best place to find news about that. We also have a Discord if you want to hang out with us there, and a YouTube. Guys, we have been streaming for a gosh darn while, so let's go and find somebody to raid. Who do we have streaming at the moment? We have our stream team buddies, the Eldritch Scribe, or we haven't raided Red in a while. Let's drop a lovely little raid on Dragonkeer. Dragonkeer is a wonderful variety streamer. They're doing some just chatting, but knowing them, they could be doing literally anything. They may be doing some arts and crafts. They may be playing Baldur's Gate 3. We don't know, and that's the fun. Red has been over here on the channel as well. They're a lovely person. Show them the love like we always do. Throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell them where you came from, and we will be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. or, I don't know, yeah, probably 6 p.m. for more Baldur's Gate 3. Guys, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Whee!